Starting? Okay, here we are for this the second, I suppose, side quest of the Ace Attorney D&D cinematic universe. We're not allowed to use that term legally. Lawyers are in my house. This
Another
is
fun
an
kind of lawyers.
the best kind of lawyers, not the worst kind of lawyers. This is an evening at Blue Screens Inc., and I am your dungeon master for today, H. Fruitbat. The H stands for either havoc or hilarity. My therapist will not tell me. I'm here today with my good friends. She's trying to live up to her name. It's Joy Bird. He's praying to God the currency falls again. It's Max. He was running for the bus just early today. It's Samuel.
Yeah.
And she's wondering why somebody's in her chair. It's Jane.
Happy to be here.
Well, I don't have a very complicated preamble for this, so shall we get right into it?
You know it.
Yes, please.
Yeah.
All right, we're ready.
It is a winter day in Los Angeles. The snow's not falling so heavily this day, but it is cold. People feel it cold. The city is sort of ensconced in a light mist. As the season's sort of coming to that perfect nexus point where, indeed, the weather reflects the season. Winter break has started for many individuals now, and an event that has been highly anticipated by the people of Los Angeles for some time now. The Revitalization Expo at Blue Screens Incorporated is happening on this day. A number of people from all echelons of society have been invited to witness this resurgence, this promise of Los Angeles as a technological center, which to a degree it already is, but perhaps to new heights. Now, many people are headed on their way, and right now we will focus on one such individual. If you imagine a road, there's a limousine coming down it, a very, very nice limousine, very high class, money. Inside is a very important person for the legal system of Los Angeles, and our friend Jane's character, Elias Point. Elias, would you please introduce yourself?
Yeah, Elias, it's cold out. He's got on like his business suit, but he's also got on his winter coat and his scarf. He's got brown hair, brown eyes. He's wearing glasses. He's one of those people that you kind of have trouble pinning what age he is. He's got a relatively youthful face, but like his eyes behind his glasses are kind of tired and wrinkled, but there's a kindness there and almost humility. You can tell he doesn't like the fanciness as much, but he loves his job, he loves the law, and he loves to try new things.
Excellent. Elias, you've been invited to the Blue Screens Incorporated Expo. It doesn't take a large leap to imagine why. You're the chief prosecutor of the district. You're a significant figure, and even if your connection to technology is, let's say, debatable, it still seemed as a polite thing to have invited you. However, you're not alone in this limousine, because you're not the only prosecutor, perhaps to your annoyance, to have been invited. And in this limousine, but a good number of sort of seating arrangements along the way, not too far, is another prosecutor, a junior prosecutor. Samuel, would you please like to introduce yourself?
Well, we've got Sebastian the Best sitting in this car as well, and he is a rookie prosecutor who believes he probably shouldn't be a rookie, but be above everyone else's. He's the best. He's better than anyone else he's ever met, and even though he might act a little like he doesn't know everything, he knows everything.
Amazing.
That boy.
That boy. Sebastian, you've also, for some reason, been invited to the Blue Screens Expo. To Elias, perhaps it would be questionable or confusing as to why you were invited, but I mean, to you, I think it's quite clear. You're the best. Of course, they want the best prosecutor at this brand new, this high-profile event. And so you're in here in this limousine with the chief prosecutor of all people. Chief, the position of chief prosecutor, mayhaps be one that lingers on your mind a little bit because once, not that long ago, a while ago, the seat of chief prosecutor was inhabited by your father, Blaise de Best. This man, Elias, is quite different, but there is a sense of that power. And the two of you are, there's a driver, of course, but there is behind that sort of, that raised glass, the sort of compartment. And you two are sort of alone in the silence of the car as it makes its way to its destination. Do either of you do anything in this moment?
Yeah, I feel like up to this point, Elias has kind of been like lost in his own thoughts, but he looks over at Sebastian and he says, "Mr. De Best, I was sorry to hear about the situation with your father."
Oh, were you now? Well, I don't think that should matter to me anymore because, well, I'm going to take over his position and become the best prosecutor the land has ever seen.
And he says, "Yes, I did have much respect for your father's skills. He was, my chief prosecutor before I took the position. He offered the position to me when he thought about retiring, as you know, but I refused it until."
I think he quite clearly would have picked me to be chosen as chief prosecutor.
Well, you were a child then.
You think that matters? At 4 years old, I was taking over people and indicting people in the courts.
He says at 4?
Well, apparently what Pops told me. I was always inside the courtroom ever since I was a baby. People would have rushed to give me millions just for little 4-year-old Sebastian to take their lead as a prosecutor and prove that they're innocent.
He says, "Well, I know that I'm honored to work with you, at any rate, Mr. De Best."
Oh, you should be.
Uh, yes, Elias, you did know Blaise. He was your superior for quite a long time. He was, I think you're not a stupid person. You knew how, even if not to a legal extent, you knew how sort of unpleasant he was, but in a kind of a way he sort of upkept it in a faux way, being sort of pleasant, fatherly, and he was always kind of giving you like noogies because he kind of thought you were a nerd. And I don't know how you feel about Sebastian relative to that specifically. I think the malice isn't there. Blaise de Best was a very malicious figure, but there is maybe that sort of hereditary ambition in him. I don't know does that make you feel a certain way?
I think
What?
that just in Elias's head, he feels there's almost like a sadness there about what happened with Sebastian and his dad, that he sees the ambition in Sebastian, but he's also gotten to see rare moments where he knows that Sebastian is not okay, and that kind of breaks his heart, and he hates that this had to happen.
And Sebastian, you, even now knowing the sort of both sides of your father's life, his reputation, and seeing Elias in a chair that you've just now exclaimed should be yours. Do you have, when you look at him now, sitting where you should, uh,
Anger.
it's angry,
Rage.
man.
Well, my father, he wasn't the best man. So, clearly, not the best man would make this awful judgment of character. That's why I wasn't picked. But, I'm going to be better. Better than he could have ever dreamed of.
There is maybe not an unpleasant disquiet, but sort of an odd tension between these two figures as they sh- share this sort of, you might call it a shared mentor in Blaze the Best and his sort of lingering after effects, even now after he's gone in prison. One of those things. All you can really do from here is sit in silence as the limousine continues its way to blue screen. And we're going to cut away from them to a little bit to blue screen itself for a short minute. This time the expo hasn't started yet. Many of the significant figures are in the back, sort of planning away. But one member of the screen of note, uh, he comes out into the main auditorium, which is sort of powered down. It's not quite ready yet. This is the head technician, Adamada. He's kind of weird, kind of schlubby looking guy, not overweight, but he sort of falls a bit into that stereotype of what like the '90s kind of nerd guy. He's got a ponytail, a very kind of thick, kind of 5 o'clock shadow. He's got a blue shirt and a tie. He's got that sort of the head-mounted display around one eye, the sort of Dragon Ball Z Scouter. He's got pencils and pens in his shirt pocket. He's got bad checkered pants, and he has only come out for the front because he needs to check on security. And he comes out and he's looking for Max's character. Max, would you like to introduce yourself, your character?
Yes, so I'm playing as Ron the Light. He's working security at Blue Inc. He's been hired after his tumultuous past, but he was cleared of all charges, so he hasn't found much issue with getting hired as security, especially because the guy that fired him last time just died. So he's just looking at the place, maybe taking a few notes for no particular reason. And he sees Adamada approach him.
Yes, I suppose your services came unusually well recommended to Blue Screen. Adam was sort of charged with this part by the director, and he comes up to you. You already know he speaks this very distinctive way. He comes up and he says, "Hello there, Mr. Delight. Have you made any observations about the security system?"
Oh yes, everything seems all right. So I would change more to things, but to me everything seems perfectly.
That is fortunate. Director Basil has expressed a increased necessity to be secure in our dealings here, especially with the expo due to occur in 1 hour.
Is there any reason for the tightness of the security needed?
I have to imagine it is due to our emergent technologies that we are currently working on. Director Basil has been very different in her dealings for a while now. I think it is just a renewed sense of purpose.
Oh, that sounds good. That sounds good and right. Anyone can find their place in the world by just looking right.
Yes. I must also apologize for your barring from certain areas of the complex. I would have put you there to monitor the security because they are our most important things, as Director Basil says it. But by the same token, it appears that she has blocked off even my access to them. Oh well.
Oh,
Some things I just don't get told about.
some things we just can't help, even though I probably should be able to do
What?
it. Never mind.
Hmm. Very well. Well, the expo will be due to start not so long. Hmm. Would you be comfortable remaining just to keep an eye of sort of observational security? We think our automated systems will be good enough, but something I feel that the human factor may play a role in things. Would you agree?
I would very much agree. I have no problem staying here. I will look at everything. I will look at everyone. And
Hmm. That is most fortunate. Yeah, he sticks out his hand to shake your hand. Is he,
and Ron like excitedly shakes his hand. Trust me, you
uh,
have made a good job at hiring me.
I believe this also. Your services came quite well recommended. Director Basil seemed to have been aware of your prior exploits. I wouldn't. I'm not in a position to question her wisdom, but in this case, I believe it is well suited.
I am very glad. Hope you didn't know about all the exploits.
Okay. I still do not understand why your volume decreases rapidly at strange frequencies, but
I'm
I will
sorry!
not question. Uh,
And he gets very flustered. Sorry.
it is of no recourse, of no consequence. Well, I have additional preparations to make for the meantime. Uh, as usual, you will have full access to the auditorium at this time, but once things get going, I must ask you again not to access the back areas.
I wouldn't dream of it.
He gives you a nod and he sort of disappears again into another thing. Just sort of left to your own devices. There probably isn't much to do before the expo starts, but is there anything additional you wanted to do, or just any thoughts you had about the situation?
I guess you could give me like a description of what the place looks like, if you want.
Yes, you have this auditorium. You've seen what the auditorium looks like when it's lit up. It's sort of majestic. These sort of futuristic-looking white-paneled walls. They've got these seams, sort of the glowing neon blue, odd futuristic columns, screens and servers built into everything. You realize this room is honestly quite bare at the moment. You have to imagine they'll wheel out technologies or things for the expo when it actually begins. In terms of security thing, there is a sort of sliding up and down doors, but you know that the access on them is quite restricted. There is one door with a handle, but it's locked shut right now, and you don't have access to it. Aside from that, yeah, as far as security risks go, I can't imagine you have any concerns at this moment.
So yeah, just Ron is looking at everything, taking notes. Definitely not for selling later to thieves. But he's just doing his job as best he can for now.
That's all we can really expect of Rhonda Light.
He needs to get that money for his wife.
Oh, his wife. And we are going to cut away from
That guy was definitely a robot.
uh
I love him so much. That was maybe the funniest thing I've ever seen.
He gave me
I
droopy
mean,
vibes.
oh, Adam. We're going to cut away from Rhonda Light to probably our final introduction before we make the sort of center stage of things. Much closer to the time of the beginning of the expo, a car is just driving along the road, and in the back seat is one Viper Hypnalis. She is being driven by her mom to the expo. Viper, you're not really certain why you've been invited to this. You got an invitation. It was in your name specifically. I mean,
Not my
it's
mom, just me.
just you. Your mom's got stuff to do.
Oh.
She's dealing with there's a whole bunch of legal stuff you're still doing, like selling off your dad's company, dealing with the authorities, the federal agents. There's a lot of unpleasantness that she still has to deal with. Hopefully, it'll make
Okay.
you both some money, but she probably couldn't come anyway. Your mom's in the front seat. Looks a little frazzled, as she's wont to do. She's so she's driving along. She looks in the rearview mirror. Well, yeah. Excited, honey?
Sure, I mean, I guess so. I don't really know what this is all about, so.
No, me neither, but I, well, maybe they just know what an up and coming face you are. I mean, you're doing all sorts nowadays.
I don't know.
I mean, you went out with your friends and it turned into a murder mystery. Then you went on a babysitting
Twice.
job and it turned into a murder mystery. You'll call me if this one turns into a murder mystery, right?
I will. Of course I will. You know I will.
Okay, that's good. I can't. I don't know if I can deal with the fallout of another murder mystery.
I'll try not to kill anyone.
It's. You didn't kill anyone either of those times, though, right?
No, you're right. I
Like,
didn't.
like it was your dad, and I still don't understand. It was his like crazy lover the second time. I didn't even think. Your mom is like so clearly like it just doesn't even. She's like, I have a mortgage to pay. I can't deal with this.
It's so bad. Like, are you gonna be okay, Mom?
I'll be fine, honey. I need to go home, call like three different lawyers, and then there's a bottle of wine and my name on it.
I think you need to take a nap.
I think I probably will at some point during the wine.
Okay.
Well, anyway, I don't mean to bring the mood down. I see the car comes around the corner, and you see this sort of strange. You would think it'd be like a shop front so along the street. It mostly is, but then there's this one sort of much larger, sort of futuristic-y building, and along the top in blue letters is Blue Screens Inc. She's car pulls up. She comes to a stop. And she's like, "Well, and you will call me if anyone dies, okay?"
I'll call you. You'll be the first person I call. Actually, the police will probably be the first person I call if that happens.
That's
But I'll
actually
call
really
you.
that's actually really smart, honey. You've done a lot of things kind of by yourself without the police, and I don't really like. I guess you're a junior detective. Does that make you police?
In training? I don't know.
I don't. You're not even out of school yet. I don't. Yeah, it's okay. It's a job. It might actually be good that that fell into your lap. Yeah. I'll see you later. Have a nice day, honey.
Okay. Okay. You too.
Your mom just sort of goes, "Oh," and then
Oh
she
my god.
drives off.
I feel so bad for her.
Yes, no, she has to deal with all the material consequences of all the things that have happened here now.
Yeah. Yeah. Oof.
Elias and
Okay.
Sebastian, your limousine pulls up at around the same moment. Your driver comes around. He lets you both out. You both stand in front of Blue Screen Sync. There is a sort of sort of small gaggle of people outside. Not many. I think many of them have went inside already. Ron, you're standing just outside as well, just keeping an eye out.
Anyone look suspicious?
From what you can see, I mean, you're on the outside. I mean, it's Los Angeles, so I think that your mileage may vary there. But no, you see quite an important-looking man and quite an officious-looking boy come out of a limousine. You see just a girl coming out of a car, a couple people along the sidewalk. Not much. Is there anything any of you do in this moment?
I think Elias kind of puts his hand on Sebastian's shoulder and he says, "You ready to best?"
Am I ready? Of course I'm ready. I'm so excited to meet all these professionals, these rich individuals, someone maybe just as good as me.
And you can see his
Just a
excitement.
question.
Yeah.
Would I recognize Point?
I don't know if you've met.
I don't think you've
before.
crossed paths.
Give me a
know
history.
of him?
Give me a history check.
Yeah,
No,
maybe out of newspapers.
we got a
honestly.
we got a video game we're playing here. Give me a history check.
Okay, that's fair. Hold on.
You're rolling dice? I thought we were just saying
Rolling
what we were doing and it
dice?
happened.
Hey, come on now.
Is it
And you can see, like-
1d20?
It's a D20 and
Yeah.
your what is it? Your modifier is it? I forget.
Intelligence.
I can check my
Yeah, you
modifier
go,
real
you go.
quick. I got a 9, but I think I may have some history, so give me a minute.
How good are you at history at school?
Okay, that's a 12.
It's 12. You don't recognize this man by sight. No, he looks important. I think you can definitely tell he's important. He might. I think he might look vaguely familiar. Does kind of like prove an sort of a
But not like I'd be like, oh my gosh, Professor, Prosecutor Point.
Professor Point. No, it's he looks vaguely familiar.
Okay, that's fair.
I think maybe you don't get the same vibe for. Well, I think maybe you look at Sebastian and you think he's definitely in the colors. He's very like, well, maybe these people are of the legal profession, but I don't know if you'd know for sure. It's up to your gut at that point.
Okay.
Oh no, Sebastian is sure of it. She knows who he is. Everyone knows who he is. I'm the best.
He's got a point.
I'm like, who's that little scrawny little guy over there?
He's the best. And Sebastian's excitement and like sureness of himself kind of makes Point smile, like not like laughing at him, but like just kind of like tickled by him. He's got a big personality, and he does kind of remind Point of his father.
Yeah, maybe in the. I can't believe I'm about to say this, but maybe in the best ways. Oh my god. So yes, the expos do start soon. Are you gonna make your way inside, or is there anything else? you
Yeah,
wanna
can
do?
we do we have assigned seating, or is there chairs, booths? Where are we
No,
going?
it's all standing room. You'll be fine.
Okay.
Oh.
You're not playing
I
your
do
past
have my
character.
one. I want to go in.
Viper, you go inside. Sebastian, Elias, you go in. Sebastian, do you go inside?
Can I like talk to people about outside?
It's a few like random people. You would notice Ron standing outside. He's keeping an eye out, looking shiftily.
So I walk
Around.
up to them and just be like, did you used to work for me?
Not there.
Are you sure? I think really you used to be beneath me at some point in your life.
I'm pretty sure I did not, unless you used to be owner of the security company KB.
He looks Ron up and down and just goes like, can you afford this?
It's my uniform for the job.
Oh.
I guess I could, but otherwise, why would I want to afford it?
Can you afford to be here right now?
I'm getting paid for being here.
Oh, are you like a waiter? Can I please have some champagne?
And you can see Elias has kind of held back to wait for him, and he says, "Sebastian, don't be rude."
I want champagne though, please.
He says, "Come inside, Sebastian.
I want to be a big boy. Please.
No, you're all right. Come inside."
He then winks at the security guard and goes, you know what to do, and runs inside.
Ronnie's like, I am a security guard!
Ron's flustered.
That's one of the things I was thinking about when this was coming together. Sebastian the Best and Ron Delight is going to be a nuclear bomb. Ron, you see everyone on the outside has filed in, so you join them on the inside as the front doors kind of close behind you. Yeah, now as the expo is about to begin, there's a gaggle of people in the crowd. They're all sort of bunched together, so you can't really make anyone out. Yeah, now everything is lit up. You can see the white walls very clearly, the blue. There's a lot of There are a number of consoles jutting out the walls. There's three in particular that seem to be sort of set up as kind of spaces in the expo. But now you see everyone is kind of, I guess, gathered around a central area of flooring. You all sort of realize that there's sort of a raised plinth that makes you see, oh, the floor can raise, and the in the middle, sort of waiting for everybody to collate and settle down, is a figure that you all realize from the invitation must be the director here at Blue Screens Inc., Lisa Bazil. She's standing. She has this very firm, sort of robotic posture. Her hands are just sort of folded neatly in front of her. She's got this blue suit on, shades of blue, very sort of angular looking, like sort of shoulder pads and tie that comes down to these strange sort of red LEDs that blink in certain places down her tie, on her shoulders. She is wearing the sort of scatter device, the head-mounted display on one eye as well. Just even sort of looking at her, she doesn't really respond directly to anything that happens. She's just sort of standing there. So if you don't know her might even mistake her for a robot. But the lights come down a little. You see, she sort of sparks to life and begins to speak. The scientific advancement of humankind has long been a cornerstone of progress. The wheel, air travel, fire, many things invented by human hands, basic things, even just to traverse new frontiers. Of course, as time has gone on, these things have gotten more advanced. Engines, superconductors, computers, even artificial intelligence in some spheres. But in some cases, the mind is constrained. There is a sense of loss, the blocks in the brains, trouble for progress, a need to go beyond, but an unwillingness or an incapability to go beyond. When I started Blue Screens Inc. a number of years ago, I did so with the intent to go beyond those particular boundaries. I worked for many years as a software engineer, a simple software engineer, doing my best for the computational sphere. But now the future looks us in the face. Times are differing. Things are changing. And if anybody is going to spearhead the next generation, then I think it should be somebody with the prowess to do so. You see her raise her hand and the lights come back up again, and the consoles all blink with lights. The technology that the explorers are ready to show off just sort of comes to life. The blue light paneling within the white paneling sort of flickers and jumps, spirals around, sort of maybe even tilts up to focus on her. I welcome you all one and all now. People of import, people of rational mind, people, maybe even just my friends. Tonight I plan on showing emergent technology, the like of which the world has not yet properly seen. And if there's anything to gain from this, I think it's progress, just as normal. As the plinth raises down a little bit, everyone sort of backs up a bit, and she goes, "You're all free, of course, to explore the small auditorium at this time. There are a few expos set up for your perusal, and I'm available for any informative needs that you may need. Thank you, and have a pleasant day." And as the, I guess, introductory speech winds down a little, you see everybody kind of filing out, and now the hall, not a very large hall, but definitely a packed hall with technology and information, sort of stands out in front of you. And so it is. What do you do?
Okay. First, can I roll maybe perception to see like what like is going on with the technology, but also other important people in the room, like appearances I may need to be keeping up, and just like what the vibe is here.
Sure. Give me an investigation check. I'll say the DC won't be too high to sort of pick out the important people in the room, but the um, I'll say like this. If you want to call it on, yeah, sort of, yeah, a middling DC sort of investigation check to take out the. You want to know the DC will be a bit higher for the technology. 'Cause that's a bit more complicated.
Mhm.
Let's see what happens.
Big money, big money, big money. 18? That's not bad.
18 all told.
Mhm.
That's quite good. Obviously, the main person of importance, Director Lisa Bazil, standing in the center of the room. You see, as I said before, so there are a lot of people walking around. She doesn't really do anything as she stands there. You see, if maybe if somebody walks by, she'll sort of follow them with her eyes, and then when they're out of her eye line, she just sort of returns to normal. There are a few things of note, sort of 3 expos of note in particular, I would say, and I think you all noticed them, but I think Elias, you'll notice them first, and you have, I guess, first pick of what to do. Let me see here. Stand alone. Right, you will see to the left there is a presentation being handled by a woman who, just sort of from your first instinct, she doesn't look a whole lot like she wants to be here, but she is there, sort of giving the talk nonetheless. To the sort of back wall of the room, there seems to be some kind of recorded video, and it looks like some kind of like mechanical thing that people are sort of oohing and eyeing over. To the right is a sort of a schlubby-looking individual that is Adam Mata, and he's giving a very interesting-looking talk with a. He's got the. It's like an image of a brain swirling around that he's talking over, and he's got like this helmet thing.
Okay. As much as I want out of character, I want to talk to Adamata, I feel like Point kind of suspects and like knows that his life as chief prosecutor, and he suspects that this situation is just like a political game almost, that like his life isn't his public life isn't about his interests, it's about doing what people need. And he kind of looks over at Sebastian and gives him like a little uh inclines his head like, come over here with me, and he's gonna go up to talk to Lisa Basil.
Okay.
Yes, Sebastian waddles his way over out of curiosity. And because he's a good boy.
So when we come up to Lisa Basil, does her expression change at all?
She kind of Eli, I think of the two of you, this may seem tangential, but of the two of you, you're the tallest between you and Sebastian. And even with Lisa's probably kind of a bit taller than Sebastian, not as tall as you. I think you approach, before you even have a chance to say anything, she sort of looks at you. It's a movement very robotic. The way her head moves, it's like if someone talked to you, you would just look at them, but her head moves on axis. Like she moves right to face your general direction, then her head tilts up to meet your eye line. And she kind of go, without missing a beat, she goes, welcome, Chief Prosecutor Point. It's a pleasure to have you here today.
And he extends his hand to shake. He says, it's a pleasure to be here. He says, Mr. Prosecutor DeBest and I know we're given personal invitations to this expo. I was curious, what did we do to pique your interest?
Her head moves in the same way, just kind of moving along, then moving sort of at face to face Sebastian.
Oh, I hate that.
Prosecutor DeBest. A pleasure that you have both made your way here. You are both people of, let's say, import. within the city. I believe that science and technology should not be restricted to the intellectual spheres. If you, for instance, Chief Prosecutor Point, I know that you're published. I've read your book, in fact, and I believe that restricting technology just to our particular sectors is counterintuitive, and important people of all walks of life, or even people of all walks of life, but at this point in time, important people to, let us say, spread the news of the efforts of revitalization that I am hoping to take upon.
And he says, I quite agree, Miss Bazil. There have been innumerable scientific breakthroughs that have changed the life of us in the legal system, as well as people in more traditional fields, as I'm sure. He says it's an honor to be here.
Of course. I suppose I've also invited you because there is at times a tension between the legal community and the scientific community. The laws on certain sectors of robotics and artificial intelligence has been seen as restrictive in some circles. I'm hoping to challenge and push the boundaries, but I don't wish to do so in a way that is hostile or belligerent. That's why I only wish to foster a welcoming, forward-thinking environment.
And you can tell he doesn't like this. One of the things Point is very good at and does not like is he's very good at avoiding is getting manipulated. Can I get insight on her? What is her deal?
You may roll insight.
Okay. Big money, big money, big money, big money. 13?
13. I see, even with a 13, I think Lisa Bazil talks such. I don't know if my narration does it much justice, but it's very clean and clinical. There isn't much sort of seeping out. She kind of always has a smile on her face as she talks to you, and she like her eyeline doesn't like waver. She doesn't ever glance at Sebastian unless if you brought him up, then she would probably look at him. But you know, her attention is affixed at you. There is definitely a sense that her movements, her mannerisms are robotic.
Are you a robot? Sorry.
Her head.
Point tries not to laugh.
She doesn't react to that at all. Point's laughing. Her head sort of moves and swivels to Sebastian. She says, "A question that I receive often, but no, I'm not."
Alexa, play Despacito.
Just a
Sebastian,
blank,
don't be rude.
totally blank look.
I needed to test if she was a robot. There's no other way to tell.
Sebastian, please. No, not right now. We are in public.
It is self-evident that I am not a automaton. However, the current legal situation would forbid a free-thinking artificial intelligence in the style of a human, in a sense that it is indistinguishable. So, unfortunately, that's not the case. Elias, you know that to be true completely. The law is very restrictive about these things. If AI exists, it's got specific, like checks and balances and like things that restrict it. Like, at the Hat One launch site in Gyaxa, not far away, the robots they have there, they can't tell humans apart. They have to have sort of ID things, sort of RFID tags that they can identify. But Lisa can just sort of tell things from apart. Yeah.
Do you use batteries or a charger?
This will.
We're gonna move. We should go. We gotta go now.
It was a pleasure discussing things with you two. I hope you return again if you need to talk anything more. And I invite you please to check out the expo.
Yeah. Point is pretty sure, but he's not gonna say anything.
Viper, while those two have been kind of foibling around, is there anything else you'd like to do?
Yeah, can I get a vibe check on the room?
On the room? Yes. I say, can you make me a perception check, Viper?
Yeah, I want a feeling on why I'm here. Hold on.
Yeah, you can make me an insight check later, but just right now, you make me a perception check.
Because she's probably like
Yeah,
the
okay.
youngest person here.
Yeah, there's a sort of industry professionals, scientific types.
What?
Oh, two. Oh no.
Uh-oh.
I actually go blind. Hold on, I have an add-on. I think. What was it?
I don't know how much
Perception?
it counts.
She's
Yeah,
all
Yeah,
20.
perception.
There, that does make it a 7.
The thing about low rolls is I can do whatever I want with them. You kind of look around the room and I don't know. This is I maybe I think it kind of gets to you a little. This is a lot of like people of import, people with jobs, people with importance. For you think you maybe recognize like a couple people you've seen in the news, and it's like, well, why am
Do
I
I
here?
feel like
You're
intimidated?
a little. You're stumbling around a little. You bump into someone actually. Well,
Oh.
you just sort of you say, ooh, you bump into someone and say, hey,
Stumbling
watch.
around on that net too.
Yeah, you,
Sorry.
you bump into someone,
Okay.
and they're like, hey, come on, watch it. You turn to look at the person you bumped into, and it's none other than Phoenix Wright.
I thought.
Ooh.
He's like, oh, hey, he's like snapping his fingers. It's Viper. Yeah, it's Viper.
Yeah.
Yeah, how you doing?
Oh my gosh, I haven't seen you in so long. How have you
Yeah,
been?
oh, I'm fine. I gotta. Well, I have a child. I have a job that's I've Edward's in Europe.
Yeah,
Uh,
that sucks.
I'm fine.
Why are you here?
I actually the crazy story. I ran this place was like I had a case a bunch of years ago. I guess they invited us. I guess I don't know, we're acquaintances or something. I don't know. I don't know how to use the computer sometimes. But
Yeah, you
yeah, I
don't
met
strike me as the technology kind of person.
no, but I met Miss Bazil before. Her co-workers was a victim in a thing I was this case I was involved with a long time ago. I guess.
Oh,
I guess that's enough. I don't know.
That's weird. I don't know. I don't know why I'm here.
No,
No one told me.
no, nobody told me. Hey, nobody told me either. You and me, they're not telling us anything.
Like, do you think I asked they would tell me? I don't know. I'm kind of.
I mean, I'm pretty sure Lisa Bizzle's a robot. I don't know if she'll get anything out of her.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
I'm still not sure. Like, she says no, but it's just that like she's blinking. People don't blink. I guess some people blink, but
People don't blink.
like lights. I mean lights blink. I'm sorry.
Oh.
It's not the top of my game.
Okay, can I do that perception check?
Yeah, you can do an insight check on the room now if you want.
Insight, yeah. Okay. And I have
What is that?
an 11.
An 11.
Medium money.
Yeah, I don't think you get a strong reading on what here. Certainly not from the look of it. He definitely. If you wanted to know, like maybe you could ask one of the exhibitioners at the side. But I mean, Lisa Bazil's standing right there. Like she's just.
Okay,
sort of-
I walk.
Sort of just
I
watching.
walk up to Lisa Bazil.
She turns to face you. You're pretty much as height, and she goes,
Okay.
"Ah, Miss Hypnalis, a pleasure that you managed to make it here today.
Why am I here?
You,
Wow, y'all have no tact.
I don't care.
She's a teenager.
see.
She doesn't care.
Respect authority?
Blue Screens Inc. has done business with many partners over the years. I did some small amount of business with your father's company, Van Emus, for a time.
You brought me here because of my dad, like my murderer dad?
Yes, I understand that he is in prison because he was evil. I'm very sorry to hear about that.
Okay.
I suppose I invited you here in one way because I hear you're, I suppose, the only legal representative of Animus, but also I suppose as a form of commiseration. Um, your
Oh.
father was. She's just like dead silent for like 5 seconds. And I hope that things have not been too hard for you in that regard.
Um, did you like know my dad personally?
I met him once or twice. In hindsight, I'm not shocked that he was evil.
Yeah. I probably should have seen it coming. So, but like, what's the point of me being here? Like,
I understand you may feel it strange that I've invited you, but there is no requirement. It is only to my discrimination as to why somebody has been invited here. I've invited a few individuals. I see you met Mr. Wright just there. I invited him because he
oh
was
yeah.
present for a sort of legal case that involved blue screens a number of years ago.
Oh, I see what she's doing.
What's she doing? Hey,
She's
What?
she's out of character. She's worming her way into the legal world.
why do I see that man in a business suit having a eureka moment?
This would constitute an out-of-character interaction. I would appreciate it if you returned to form.
Ah, sorry about that. Okay. My bad. But like, so this is just showing off new technology, right? So
Mhm.
yeah. So like,
purpose is
what do I have to gain from this? Like, how does this count as reparation?
uh, intellectual enrichment, technological edification. I'm aware that you're a very smart individual. You currently work as a junior detective in the Los Angeles Police Department, you know?
I don't think I say this out loud, but in my head, I'm like, is she buttering me up right now? Is the robot buttering me up?
I felt the same thing.
Yes, and no
I'm
change.
getting a weird vibe. Most people don't butter me up.
Her job is to pass the butter.
Oh my god.
Let me think
I
about
understand
this.
I understand if there
get-
is a sense of confusion about your invitation, but at large, this is a exposition to show the world the sort of things that we have created here. So, if you would like to take your invitation under that particular aegis, then perhaps that would be best to settle your confusion.
Yeah, no, yeah, I get it. I just like I feel like I'm kind of surrounded by like people that are like, like like important figures in the world, and I'm like in high school.
Well,
You understand.
I understand, but there's no upper limit or lower limit to your being invited here. That man over there is currently homeless. She points out, she gestures to Phoenix, right? Or at least that is what my data would indicate. He's like, man, why does everyone say that I'm homeless?
Even the computer.
He's got like a drink juice stain on his hoodie, and he's like, yeah, all right.
Okay, that's fair. Can I roll insight? I don't think it'll do anything, but can I?
He's a robot. You're not gonna get any insight.
You're right. You're right. There's probably no
sorry?
point.
What are you asking, sorry?
Roll insight, but I don't know if there's any point. 'cause she's a
On Lisa?
robot.
Well,
Yeah.
what do you not want to know? What are you trying to look into here?
I want to know what her like game is by getting me here.
I know
You can
what her
roll.
game
You can
is.
roll insight. She's very robotic, so I'll say the DC would be quite high, but you can have a go at it.
Oh, okay, I will try. I have been rolling very low, so I'm expecting to roll like a nat 1, but
You always
Okay.
roll low.
It's not-
shut up.
Your digital dice are cursed.
They really are. Okay.
Let's just see what
Big
happens.
money, big money, big money.
Yeah.
Oh, big money.
Wow!
What
Big
is?
money!
What is that after
Is that
modifier?
insight?
That's what is that?
What's it?
Insight
Insight?
check?
That's insight, yeah.
That is a 22.
God damn it.
Woo!
The one time.
Yeah. What sort of? Yeah, what sort of question would you ask, and then I'll tell you what you sort of gleaned from that.
Okay. My question is like, what is she actually trying to gain from having all these, like, the mismatched weird people that don't quite fit in with the crowd?
I think
Wow.
it may be difficult to ascertain at first. You know, there's important legal people, important scientific people, important
Yeah.
people of repute, and so like the initial thought might be, oh, important people. There's like a million evil things there's a million things you could do with a bunch of important people that would be evil, right? But then you've got you, and you're not nobody, but you're not quite somebody. And you got
Yeah.
Phoenix Wright, who maybe was somebody. I think it occurs to you, even if they're not all people of status, maybe they're all people of, I guess, character, of like
Ooh.
people like
Okay.
for all these things. Maybe you know a few things about Phoenix Wright. He was a smart guy. He did a lot of good stuff.
Yeah.
I think that's and just the way her eyes sort of squint at that, and it's like there are many. Oh, hold on.
He died.
Oh.
I'm gonna BRB too,
Uh-oh.
super quick.
What? Everyone died.
Can I get some apple chips?
No.
And she
What the
Are we
heck?
taking a water break?
no, and she's sort of
I want my answer.
she does not verbally answer to anything. But you look and the conclusion you get into is like, if there's something sinister to be done here, it is of the fact that these are maybe not necessarily people of like high standing. Some of them are, but it's also these people are in high standing because they're brilliant in one way or another. And maybe that's questionable in some cases, but from a sort of
Sebastian.
from a surface level point, you would go, these are all people who have done good things.
Okay.
And I think she's got it enough that that's still all you would get. But I think even you would,
That's all I get?
she's a very
Oh,
guarded
22,
lady.
dang.
She's a very
She's
guarded
a
lady.
guarded lady. Very guarded, yeah. We're sure she's not a robot.
Hey man, it's not a 25. All right, don't get greedy.
Okay, okay. Hey, I'm not even capable of getting a 25. My insight was only +3.
Okay, so we shouldn't aim for 25s. No, yeah, she's. I mean, I don't want to give everything away at the first fucking hurdle. But
Yeah, you're right. No. I'm just like scrutinizing her. I'm like 5 inches from her face.
she does not react negatively to any kind of invasion of her personal space.
Really? Do
Yeah,
I notice anything weird about her?
Well, this would be an intelligence check, just a flat intelligence check.
What intelligence check? I don't think I have much intelligence.
If it's the question of, you know, like, is this a robot?
Sure, I'm curious.
Because that would be
Roll
like,
medicine.
It's a robot.
that's the sort of.
Okay, let's see.
Small money.
6. Small money.
Come on now, she's not a robot. She's just a person. She's a little weird.
I
You
don't
know,
notice
glass of
anything
water.
weird about her.
You met lots of weird people, right? Your dad's pretty weird. This is just like a person.
Hold on. What was it on? I might have a little bit of an addition, but I don't think it would make much of a
Intelligence.
change. Intelligence? Yeah, I have +3, so it would just be like a 9 or something.
Yeah.
Nothing world ending.
No,
She doesn't react at all?
She's just a little bit. Hey, look, you don't know what she's about. She might
Okay.
just be fine with that.
She might just be fine with that.
Like, maybe she. Like,
Wow,
I don't know.
okay.
Maybe she creeps you out a little bit. I don't know.
Alright.
Okay.
So.
Do I have I heard Sebastian's antics at all?
Of what
Out
now?
of curiosity. Sebastian's antics?
Yeah, what is
Sebastian?
Sebastian doing? How does he react as I drag him away?
Yeah, actually, let's. What's Sebastian and? In fact, before you can. I'll say you maybe know Sebastian the best, kind of offhand, because he's
Okay.
just that kind of guy.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
do hang out at the prosecutor's office with Connie, so.
Uh-huh. How old
Yeah, is
Sebastian
he?
right
I don't know.
now? What year
Someone
is
do
it?
the math.
It's
It's
51.
21.
Okay, so he's 19.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's just so weird.
Is Samuel here?
like,
Did
okay,
he leave to
everyone
get his apple
important-
juice?
No, I'm here, I'm here, I'm here.
He's fine.
Okay, good.
Oh, okay.
Apple juice.
They're like everyone important.
I got nervous.
Uh,
So,
2
yeah,
teenagers
how is
and a
he
homeless
reacting?
man.
Well, Sebastian is trying to conjure up so many different ways he can trick out Lisa to see if she's a robot or not.
Is he being loud or is he being quiet?
Loud.
Yeah.
He wants-
Okay,
Talk to
is
her.
there anywhere I can pull him that's like a bathroom or off to the side somewhere that I can kind of coach him a little bit?
Strangle him.
You do see to the right near where Adamata is. He's very absorbed in his business. There is a little side room that's just been left open. The door's
I say, hey.
ajar.
Sebastian,
Do you take him in
follow
there?
me. Yeah, I take him in there.
There you go.
I would have to do everything you say.
I'm your boss.
Oh yeah. I'm coming. So he sadly now waddles over, following Elias away from the lovely crowds and robots which he desires.
Would Ron see this
Okay,
as
so-
a place that they shouldn't go to, and something he should stop?
Yeah. He'd take him into this.
Yeah, what room am I
small-
taking him into?
You take him into a small side room. It's a much more muted thing. Like the last room was very extravagant and thing. It's honestly quite dark in here. It'd be pitch black, but there's sort of that blue glow off the walls. This reads much more like a technical space. There are computers and things. The doors. Do you like bring him all the way into this room?
Yeah, I pull him just inside.
Okay, make me a dexterity saving throw.
Oh, what did I just do? I wanted to talk to that robot guy. Okay, 1 second. Okay, I have no modifier, so it's just a flat roll.
Fuck's sake.
Whoa!
What the?
Big money!
Elias, you. Yeah, you. Fucking. Oh, God, I'm fucking ruined.
I mean, Sebastian is still
money!
entering as well.
Yeah, yeah, Elias, you drag Sebastian into the side room. Before you're about to, you notice the door just sort of naturally start to kind of swing shut, and you have time to, like, stop it if you would want.
Yeah, that creeps me out.
Yeah, you stop it. I'm even gonna say on a nat 20. Just like, oh, you kind of get a read on this door. You think if it shut all the way, it would have like locked.
I don't like that.
How lucky.
Okay.
You don't think anyone was there like pulling it back or anything, but it's just I don't know. Maybe it's like a bad tilt or something on like the hinges. But I'll even say you like pull it all the way back to open it all the way, and it still kind of slowly shuts itself. So I think you would need to prop it open with something.
Yeah, is there anything I can prop, or can I just kind of stand in the doorway and like hold it with my foot?
Might be a bit awkward. I'll say there's like technical. I don't know if you want to. Even if you put like like some documents in the doorway or like I don't know, like a hammer, or like just
My
something.
shoe. I've got a shoe. I can use my
Oh, yeah.
perfectly good shoe.
Thank you.
Sebastian puts his shoe between the door, and the door is just sort of propped open. That's fine. That's fine. That's
Okay, before I talk to Sebastian, did Ron notice this?
That's a good question, Ron. You're in the main hall. You're on the lookout. Make me a perception. I'm gonna say because you're very vigilant. Make me a perception check with advantage.
Ooh, fancy.
You're on the lookout.
Wow.
Roll.
Imagine seeing that, just someone's shoe stuck out.
You're like someone's died in there.
Okay, that's a nat 1, but we can change that.
We can change that.
Thank God for the advantage.
It's a
Oh.
7! Lucky number
Hey.
7!
What's your modifier?
Yeah, do you have a modifier?
0.
Uh,
He's not the best security guard.
Um.
you don't
So
notice
bad.
anything. You see that door propped open a little, but like, you didn't see anyone go in there. So I think it's completely up to your instincts. If
That's a true.
Does he know anything
think-
about that room?
It's true.
I think you've never been back. I think you've been told that like all the doors should remain shut.
I mean, if he was told that, then he would at least check why it's open.
Yeah, you can. You make your way over. You see it's been propped open with a shoe of all things, and you can hear some voices on the inside.
And inside, Elias is saying, Sebastian, do you understand the issue with what you're doing?
No, I don't understand any issues, and I think you're being really mean.
Okay, so if she's a person,
But she's not a
And even
person. She's a robot.
okay, Sebastian,
Wow.
I don't want to be the one to say this to you. It's about. Look, we're here on their being kind to us, okay? And we're not going to do things that will potentially hurt their feelings. And
Robots do not have feelings. You are so
Listen to me.
silly.
listen to me. Between you and me, Sebastian,
Ron, you hear all of this, of course.
So I would
I
say
agree with you.
on that terror perception, Ron will like slam into the room and be like, "Stop! They're thieves!"
Whoa!
Point looks annoyed.
No.
Yeah, you open the door wide open. The shoe is jostled out of place. Ron, could you please make me a dexterity saving throw?
Stop
God.
No!
Let's see.
There's another.
I hate this game.
Oh, that's a 6. What's your
+5.
plus 5? 11? No, I don't think. So you two watching it, Ron comes in with all his bluster, barges past, the shoe sort of clatters to the ground, and if you want to, like, okay, I'm gonna say Elias, on your net 20, you know that door is gonna close shut again. You can Ron's in your path right now. If you want to try and barge past him and make sure that it doesn't close out on itself, you can.
Dax again?
Let's say deck. I'm gonna say you make this one. Ron, would you be, I suppose, in their way as they'd be if they were trying, if they were trying
So-
to get past you?
On the terror perception, right now he thinks they're thieves, so he would be blocking their path.
Okay, Elias, you can make that deck saving throw. I'm
But
gonna
he's-
say you make it with
He's
make it
also
with
like
disadvantage.
not
this
that
time.
imposing.
Okay, first roll.
Yay.
14. Okay. All you need is a 14, or you need something decent on this other roll. Come on, baby.
Oh.
Ooh, okay.
No.
What's your dex modifier?
Gonna die. +0.
Oh, that's a 5. Yeah, the door. You don't make. Like, this guy's weedy, alright, but he's a fucking, like, jumbling, like, thing. He's like.
I won't let you get away, thieves! This
like,
room
he-
is
it's-
off!
Like, he's like having a little gremlin around your neck trying to stop you, and you don't make it in time. The door goes shut, and there's a light near the door. It was green, now it's red. The door is locked, you think.
Does anyone else get a bad feeling?
Ah.
I died
Uh,
for my shoe. The shoe
Yeah.
is
Is
like
it
back on my
pitch
foot.
dark? How dark is it?
It's not pitch. You think it would be if it were not for the sort of those sort of like blue lights in like the seams of the wall where in the main auditorium. It's like it's visible. It's not low light. It's kind of weird. It's like it's like you're in a room and the only thing lighting up is like a gaming PC. You know,
Right.
it's very like you can make things out. And there's sort
Computers
of
and stuff.
yeah, there's you see there's servers here like out in the front, but they're much larger. You think those are kind of like window dressing. This is a technical room. It's not large. It's quite thin. It's enough. Like it's quite long. It's quite thin. You're probably standing not quite single file, but it's quite tight in that way. There's sort of tables on the side. There are a few computers. One of them's been left open. Between you and the computer, there are these sort of weird tall cabinets.
While
You-
Point is
the-
looking at all this, Ron is like talking, but he's being ignored as usual. He's like, oh, he finally recognized at least the best and Point from before, and he's like, what are you doing here? This is off limits, and you shouldn't be here. Probably shouldn't have locked the door. Now it's closed.
And
could you
finally,
please
like,
quiet?
they notice him.
You bumbling idiot! We are now trapped in this room thanks to clumsiness. Why did I ever
And-
employ you?
Point says you didn't employ him, Sebastian. Screams Inc. employed him.
No, but he was a past
And
employee.
he says you're the security guard here?
Yes, I am.
He says, I'm Chief Prosecutor Elias Point. Pleased to make your acquaintance.
You still haven't told me why you entered this room that is off limits.
I was looking for a space to have a private word with Prosecutor DeBest here. As you can tell, I left the door open. I planned to leave. It is closed now, though. Are we worried about that?
Well,
Hey,
can't we
that-
just phone someone? So
Does
We're
Ron?
fine.
I imagine Ron doesn't have a key or any way.
you do not have access at this point. The door. You would know. I think you would know. I'll say that there's supposed to be like a key card that you would kind of like contactless, like RFID. You would just put it in front, and it would go, and it would open up.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Miss Security Guard, what was your name?
My name is Ron the Light.
Ron Delight. Mr. Delight, sir, do you have a radio or anything? Because this door is locked. Could you
screw
contact someone
radios.
to?
This man is fired. You are fired. I am firing you.
No.
How dare
no,
you
that's
assault
not
us like that?
Sebastian,
Yeah.
can't fire him. He doesn't work for you.
Can we like call the police? Get him arrested?
Well, I mean, if he's got a radio, like, tell him to have the guy on the other side of this door to come open the door.
Does this count as kidnapping? Help! Let me
We're
out!
all right. We're
They
fine.
kidnapped.
Nothing bad is happening.
Ron is all. I don't have a radio. I wasn't given one, but if I had one, I probably wouldn't give it to you because you would call the police and be.
You have the phone numbers of the people here?
That I do have.
Yeah, can we try calling them, like, on the phone?
Calling who? The people in charge here? Blue screen? Who?
Yeah,
I think you try.
someone who would physically be here.
I think you look at your phone and there's not enough signal. There's a very sort of there's a lot of kind of equipment in this room. I think it's padded in a way to sort of stop outside signals.
And I assume no one comes if we knock on the door.
You can try.
First of all, let us
Do
try
I notice
bust
any of
down the
this?
You can make a perception check right now if you want to.
So I
Okay.
want to knock on the door. We're
Hey!
excuse me.
I can't have to roll that high, can I?
We're trapped.
Well, the door is shut, and
What is
the
this
door's-
perception?
Yeah,
yeah.
perception.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a 17.
17. Okay, I'll say. I still think that's not.
You'd have to be looking in the direction of the
I think,
door when
I think
that
you
all went
definitely,
down.
I think you definitely saw the thing go down and then go inside. So now
Okay.
you've watched those people sort of disappear into there.
Okay.
But there's nothing
Do I-
necessarily
can I-
weird about that because you don't know us.
I don't hear any of the knocking or anything.
Oof. 17. Well, what do you do? Do you get close? Do you walk up?
Yeah, I just want to move over a little bit.
Okay, if you get close to it, I'll say on a 17. If you're close to it, then yeah, you can hear something going on the inside. I don't think you can make out Eliza's definitely like the knocking of the door.
Okay. So I wanna,
Excuse me.
I want to go. I go. Oh my gosh! I think that this closet is haunted. I go haunted closet ghost.
I go, excuse me, it's Chief Prosecutor Elias Point. The door
Oh, I'm
locked.
so
Could you
sorry.
please find
so
someone with a
sorry.
key?
Yes, Chief Prosecutor. Oh my gosh. Yes. I'm sorry. I called you a haunted closet ghost. I'll go find
I
someone.
am not a ghost, I am a man.
He basically is a
Okay.
ghost.
Yeah, that's
Reporting
good to
me.
know. Is there someone else in there?
Yes,
Yeah.
professional prosecutor Sebastian Jabest at your service. Hire me anytime.
Sebastian, the best. Okay, yeah. Can I
And a
go look
security
around
guard.
and like?
I'm
We
here
need to
too.
talk
Talk
about
to
him.
the-
Do I?
No, he isn't.
Talk to Adamata. I want to talk to Adamata so bad.
Okay.
Uh,
Sure. I go over to Adamata.
Yeah, Viper, you can go off and do it. Let's see. Sebastian. Yeah, you make a perception check for me,
Ooh,
Uh-oh.
okay.
please.
He says anything Sebastian is known for is his wisdom.
Big money, big money, big money.
Ooh.
Let's see how good this is.
Oh, big
Ooh.
money.
Not bad money.
Okay. Do you have a modifier
Getting
on
the
that?
money.
+3, so 20.
A synthetic 20.
Nice.
All right.
Dirty
So with an
20.
unnatural 20, Sebastian, you notice someone standing behind you.
No! I hate that!
Who are you?
What the heck?
You turn around, and I suppose. I suppose it would be. How do I say this? It would be inaccurate to call it someone. You sort of make a noise, and you all kind of turn to look at this thing standing before you, sort of
No.
human size, maybe just taller than you, Elias. Let's see. It's this strange sort of metallic. It's humanoid. It's this frame body, kind of strange. You think it's sort of skeletal underneath, and there's sort of mismatched parts and panels, maybe sort of evocative of like the actual skin torso. Not that it's evoking skin, but it's just like paneling and stuff. There's also this sort of cable stuff like running up and down the arm, the legs. Sort of, it's cable, but it's weird. It's like it's evocative of muscle almost. And you turn up, and it's got this strange sort of angular head, sort of comes to a point at the back, and then it's got this flat face, no facial features, but sort of this light on it. Just sort of looking out. And you stand for a
That
second.
thing scared me half to death. I thought it was a person.
It seems to be some kind of strange automaton.
Sebastian is on the floor crying.
You don't think that's... Does that remind you of anyone?
You all see that the robot, its gaze sort of comes down to look at Sebastian on the
It
floor.
moves?
Yeah, it's it kind of you sort of realize there's the cabinets that were between you and the computer. One of them is now open, and you think this thing is trundled
Oh.
out. And it's very
Yeah,
specific.
Elias steps back.
It's
We-
very
we-
specifically looking down at Sebastian on the floor.
We don't want any trouble, sir.
Please let me go. I want my mommy.
It doesn't pay you any mind, Ron, but you see its gaze sort of flits
Your mom's
between
dead, Sebastian.
I
between a
want it
li-
right now.
and you hear there's this sort of sound that garbles out of it. And then you, Elias and Sebastian, you hear something very disquieting. Because it is a voice you recognize that comes from the automaton. Well, once a crybaby, always a cry. No, ain't that just like my boy? And it's the unmistakable voice of Blaze the Best coming from this machine.
What?
Garbled and
What?
absolutely like bit crushed beyond belief.
They turn him into AI.
Sebastian,
Oh my
get up.
gosh.
Sebastian, get up. Sebastian, back up. Sebastian.
Sebastian can't even move out of fear of shock and confusion.
Oh, you betrayed me the last time, son, you know. So it's time to put this to rights.
Do you guys know
Elias
this?
is backed up all the way against the door.
Do you guys know this robot? Are you half robot? Is he your son, your father?
Oh, he's gonna
ow.
be he's gonna be half something, half dead. I need you all to roll initiative, please.
No.
Oh, that's not.
Everyone?
I'll say you as well, Viper. You're not in combat, but you will be doing things outside of combat that we need to sort of fit into this.
Dang it.
That's fair.
Oh,
This is so fun.
yeah, I get it.
I hate this. 15 could be worse.
Okay. 15.
Whoa, wait, who's who? I'm lost.
I
You
am
can
11.
see like at the bottom.
Oh, okay. I got
I got a 15.
an 8.
I got a 7.
Yeah, you have a +7 to initiative?
No, I got a +5.
Oh, I'm reading the wrong things here. Let's see.
You can get pluses to initiative?
Yeah, you have initiative bonuses.
You have
okay.
plus
Elias,
dexterity
I had no idea.
normally.
Elias is 15. Ron, what do you have?
I have 7.
Nothing. Plus none.
7. Sebastian, I need to turn this down. I can't hear you. Sebastian, what do you have?
Yeah, just 11.
Just 11. Okay. And Viper, what do you roll all told? For initiative. Let's see.
It's
give-
roll the dice plus dexterity.
Do you have a yeah? What's your dexterity modifier, Viper? For initiative.
Ish.
For initiative, what's
We're
your
talking to
initiative
you.
bonus?
I rolled an 11, I think.
And you
Oh,
don't
well,
have
yeah,
any
let's-
dexterity modifier?
Well, she rolled an 8, so I assume you've got a +3 dex then. Alright. I need a. Let's see. Okay. I need a roll as well. Hold on. Roll.
Bad money, bad money, bad money.
Let's see.
Small money. Small
Yeah.
Oh,
money.
the smallest of all
Small
monies!
Critical
Kill
failure.
it.
Okay, so
I would have liked that critical
see
failure
the-
somewhere else.
you see the Blaze Automaton, it raises its hand up and it kind of jitters at the thing. Elias, you're the first to go.
Ooh, okay, do I know that this thing is dangerous?
You see it raising a hand up to strike Sebastian.
Okay.
And
Um,
just it's a powerful thing. You can't
Guess I
imagine-
want to pull Sebastian out of the way. Would he resist me?
That's up to
Sebastian.
Samuel.
No, I'd say he's too frozen to like full and resist you. He'd just like let whatever happens happens.
Yeah, if you want to help
Okay.
him, if you help him get up, I'll just call that And we'll call that. Yeah, he would need to use half his movement to get up. If you want to sacrifice half your movement to try and get him up, I'll let that happen. So you're
Is
now
the
on your.
room big enough that using all of my movement will be useful to me?
It's a very tight, compact thing, and this is physically sort of bypassing getting any deep. So no, I don't. I wouldn't say.
Okay.
I wouldn't say so. No.
Then I'll try and back both of us up away from him, and I also want to bang on the door this time and not knocking, like trying to get someone's attention.
Trying to get so well. You do. You already have Viper's attention, and she'll move on her turn.
Okay.
If you want to try to get someone else's attention, you can. The DC is still quite high because just the dynamics of the door being shut. It's quite proof to sound. But if you,
What would that be? Strength, maybe?
yeah, we call that a strength.
Strength of your vocal cords.
Strength of my hand on the door.
We'll call it.
You seem like kind of a scrimpy guy. I don't know if I'm right in that, but
I am a little bit scrimpy.
like
It's
I don't
not
think you hit the
words.
gym.
Only for my health, not for my
Yeah. Not for those
not
games.
for my bod. Not for those
Your
gains. 9?
No, I don't think anyone else hears. No.
Okay.
That's not.
I don't want to do anything to it because that seems premature.
Yeah, if that's your your
I think
instinct.
I may have missed a little in the robot's introduction. Are we sure like what it is or?
It's using Blaze DeBest's voice.
It's a machine. It's talking.
Oh,
Elias and
okay.
Sebastian, you definitely recognize that is Blaze the Best's
Yeah.
voice.
Okay. That's all I missed.
Because- Yeah. I guess that's all.
Yeah, I think that's. Let's see who's next then.
I'm still covering my own behind here. I do not need to get in legal trouble for breaking one of their machines.
Of course. Sebastian and Viper, you both have the same initiative here. It's up to the two of you which one goes first.
Would you like to go first?
Yeah, save
I
us,
would
please.
like to go first.
Alright.
Okay, Viper, it's your
But
turn.
so I did not hear them screaming.
You did not.
second
You know
time.
there's somebody in there.
Okay. I go to
And-
Adamata.
You move up to Adamata's not very far. He's in the middle of giving his expo, and he's like,
Okay.
you know, he's not like an unpleasant guy, but you see, you've interrupted him, and he's like, "What is the reason for your interruption? How may I help you?"
Okay, well, I'm sorry. I am sorry to interrupt, but there are two people locked in a closet, and I think that someone needs to help them.
Okay, I'm gonna roll initiative again because now Adamata's entering the fray.
Oh, he's like a level 20 paladin.
Come defend us.
Yes.
Adamata, save us!
He's a 10. He's not very dexterous, so I think that's a flat 10. So yeah, he'll just you see. That room should be closed over, and nobody should be inside at that time. Are you certain?
I'm very sure. They said they had been locked in. One of them was Chief Prosecutor Point, and then Sebastian DeBest.
Make a persuasion check.
Persuasion check? This
Let's
sucks.
check.
Don't you have good persuasion?
I probably do, actually. Give me a second. Oops. Can't type. Let me check my persuasion real quick.
Oh, that's a 19.
Oh!
Ooh,
I don't... Let me see. Out of curiosity, what is my persuasion?
More than
that'd be
20.
good.
Yeah, that'll still make a
That,
difference.
that is
Ooh.
fully a 25.
Ooh. You see,
Ugh. Save us, Adamata.
Adamata just sort of nods along, and he says, this is for the public interest. Okay. I can open up that room with my key card, and we can see if somebody is
Okay,
indeed in
that
there.
Yeah, that would be great. Thank you.
Yeah, that's call that your action. I'm gonna say you can move back to the door within your turn. He'll move. I think he goes. He'll go after Sebastian. He'll move with you then. Open the door up.
Okay.
I don't think there's anything else to do at this point in time. Got your object in right. Well, yeah. So Adam's gonna be opening the door for you already. So I'm not sure if there's anything else you want to do with action. If you want to just call your turn there.
Yeah. No, can I move back to the door?
I'd say that would be covered in your movement in this turn. Yeah, you can do that.
Okay, cool. I'll do that then.
Okay. Sebastian, your turn. This strange mechanical specter of your father
Oh,
looms
I
over,
hate that.
and this, as Elias' point, has sort of dragged you back. Is there anything you do in this?
The emotional trauma of hearing Pops again has definitely put him in a state of just pure terror and confusion, where he's just kind of not moving. Like he's just looking in his eyes, like nothing's there.
Or
like
lack
he's just
thereof.
gone. Yeah.
If you want to do nothing on your turn, that's fine by me.
What could I even do here?
Hey, here we met.
We can't get away, and I don't feel like we should attack it.
It is menacing you.
Hmm.
I don't know. We're locked in a closet. I don't feel like our story's not gonna look good.
Can I just roll away?
Yeah, would he go under the tables, maybe?
Yeah.
You could try and do like a.
He locks himself in the cabinet that Blaze the Best was in.
You could try and do like an acrobatics or something to get past him.
I would love to do that, yeah.
Okay, give me an acrobatics roll.
Hey.
Oh no.
This is gonna go great.
Big money, big money.
Oh, brilliant.
15, that's good.
And I have a +6 acrobatics. So
That's crazy.
yeah.
The emotions flooding in you, but it's probably quite sad. Maybe like an old instinct of just to get away from him. You just dart past him. You rush past. You make your way past this Blaze automaton. You go into the cabinet.
Yeah, I go in the cabinet.
You go into the cabinet. You slam it shut. It's not locked. It doesn't lock from the inside, but you're just sort of hiding in there like some Outlast Alien Isolation guy, hoping to God it doesn't get
Sebastian,
you.
get back here!
Shush.
The two of you still outside do now notice that its attention is now split. It's kind of looking between you and Sebastian. Goddamn kid, he's always been a little freaking coward, you know. I think that's your turn then, Sebastian. Ron, is there anything you want to do? Ron, you don't know what this is. You've been around here. You haven't seen anything like this. And now there's
Yeah.
this sort of automaton. Even now, it's still kind of menacing.
So, could Ron try to use what in D&D is called Thieves' Tool to open the door?
You're
Just-
behind.
Like, probably like some like aerosol or something, some tape.
Yeah, I will say he is like this is at the tools of his trade. He does know what he's doing. Like Thieves' Tool isn't just like a lock; it's also like mirror
Mm-hmm.
shimmies and stuff. So I'll say, the DC will not be it'll be no slow, but you can try.
Oh, good thing I have proficiency in. And let's see.
Save us. Pray to Adamata.
Would this be sleight of hand?
Is that I think that's the skill you use with
Mm-hmm.
Thieves' Tools, isn't it?
I think that's right.
Yeah. We'll call it. Let me just check. Hold on.
Mm-hmm.
I can. I'll just dart over to my Callisto sheet to see. Let's see. You have a Thieves' Tool proficiency. I don't know. Is there a specific skill check with it? Yeah, we'll call it Sleight of Hand, and you can add your proficiency bonus again with the Thieves' Tools.
Okay. So let's see.
Yeah, this has to be pretty good.
So that's 10 plus 7 from sleight of hand, and
Ooh,
if you want to add 2 more from the tools.
fuck me, 19. Let's see, which you... I think you can try and get it open. I think you'll have it open, but at the top of the next round, you'll have it open. And we've still got this thing to go. So, you can try that. I'm gonna say you're busy with that right now. Is there anyone else? Oh, I forgot about Adamata. No, he has to make his way over. He's got a key card.
Let us out, Adamata, please.
Oh yeah, that's my mistake. He's got a key card. He can make his movement over, and he'll do his object interaction to open the door up while you're picking it. So he opens the door. and,
So
and
awkward.
I was not aware
That's
this was some
uncomfortable.
form of. You see, he looks up and sees the blaze. Like, oh my god, what the hell is?
There's a killer robot in here!
You see, he's perplexed. Like he's like, what is that? I don't think Adamata has the skin to do anything else on his turn.
Am I
Oh, you're
here?
telling
Do
me
I see
he
this?
can't cast Fireball?
Yeah, Viper, you're here as well. He's like a no name. He's an NPC.
You see the killer robot.
Yeah, Viper, you're
Oh my God.
you're there. I'm gonna say if you wanted to, because you just did like an interaction and then walked. Now that you see him, if you let's say that you held your action, if there's anything you want to do right before we get to the Blaze of
Okay.
Tomton's turn.
Can I like try and get a vibe on what it's gonna do before I
I'm
like
gonna say-
attack it or
I'm gonna
something?
say I'm gonna say without rolling, it's gonna try and like hurt somebody bad. Like see, its body
Okay,
language.
and
Its
do
body language
just
is
like
very
off the top
hostile.
of my head. On the top of my head, can I think of anything to like disable a robot like that?
You can make a perception check.
Okay.
Should I try and fight it, or should I try and go get Lisa Basil?
Excuse me. I'm making an investigation
I
check.
don't trust. I think Lisa Basil probably put it there. Okay.
Yeah, I don't trust Lisa Basil either, but also she's got appearances to keep
Okay.
up.
12 plus. What'd you say it was?
Would it be an invest? Let me check. Hold on.
I think it would be investigation.
Yeah, because he's more smart to see.
Yeah, it's an investigation check.
Okay, then that is. Nah, it's just 13. I don't have high investigation.
Okay, third. If you say what 13 would it be? Would it be a Paranol 13? I'm gonna say looking at. You don't think there's no like glowing weak spot like on its body. There's no like this is the power source. It looks actually quite well
Okay.
protected. But I'm gonna say on at 13, you think its head is a kind of a strange shape.
Bless you.
And you
Do
think
I know any? I just out of character. Do I know any like fighting moves?
Probably not.
That's
You're a
kind of.
teenage
not?
girl.
You can still try and fight
Good
it. though.
point.
I don't know.
Like,
If you wanna,
Okay.
Shove him.
if you wanna sweep the leg, man, that's based on rolls. It's not like
Right.
Maybe I do want to sweep the leg.
you can try it. I mean,
Okay.
if you want to attack it and try and knock it down, it's just like a we'll call this like
Okay.
a
I
shove.
want to try and knock it down. That's a good. I want to do that.
Yeah, okay, so this is gonna be like a If you want to do a shot, this is a contested strength.
Oh no!
Uh-oh.
So,
I'm a teenage girl.
this thing has good strength. So,
Oh no! I can't like use its strength against it.
this is the mechanics of a shove. It's a contested strength roll.
That sucks.
It's just,
I'm gonna
what is
die.
what is your strength modifier?
I think it's bad. I mean, hold
So
on. It
I'll roll.
is.
So what's your modifier?
Yeah, it's not good. It's
I'll roll.
there's no modifier.
I'll roll first, and you see what you have to beat.
Oh.
Oh, that's an 18 all told.
18.
So you need to get an
I'm
18 or
not
higher
beating
to shove
that.
this
If you
thing.
get a
I'm
nat
not
20,
beating that.
you
You
can
guys-
get a nat 20.
If I get a net,
Oh.
yeah.
But then you'll put yourself
There it
in
is.
the line of danger.
All too
Yeah,
late.
you very sort of in vain try to push it. It is just like a big thing of like metal. It looks fairly spindly, but it's just like raw metal, and it's just like barely pushing back against you. It tilts down at you, and it goes, little girl, should have stayed home today."
Oh god.
Oh no.
Go
And it is
run.
now the automaton's turn. It is going to make an attack roll against you, Viper.
Dun 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 dun
Oh
dun.
no.
Oh,
So
bro, is this Blaze the best voice? Still?
It is,
Yeah.
yeah.
let's see.
God dang it!
You don't know
give
this
my
guy, but
all,
that's
homies.
terrifying.
Okay, let's
I
see
don't
what
know
I
it.
get.
I don't know.
15. What's your armor class, Viper?
My armor?
AC.
think
Your armor
It's-
class. Your AC, your armor class.
It's 12.
Okay, 15 definitely beats that. What did you see? You're all rogues. I might just actually kill you with this. My
Yep.
god.
Mhm.
Oh,
We-
don't kill us, please.
We don't have uncanny dodge yet.
like
Kill
rolls a
me!
magician. Okay. Let's see what happens. You
We're all
might roll-
squishy.
Oh fuck! You got a 6 on the die. That's 10 damage.
Oh god.
What the heck?
Are you still alive?
She's
How
halfway
much-
there. She's halfway there.
Yeah,
What's your-
well, I have 18
I
hit
think we
points.
lost her, y'all.
You have 18. Okay, that's. You see, you're kind of pushing on it. It kind of. It's very like unforgiving. This is not. Blaze the Best was not like a fair fighter in this fight. He sort of pries him like off you, trying to push him, and he just like he winds up and he fucking you right in the. This big metal fist just
Do I,
makes
like-
contact with your jaw, and this blood in your mouth
Ah.
that you can taste.
Oh, that's horrible. Am I like
Uh,
okay? Or am I like unconscious or?
You're alive still. You haven't. You got eight hit points left, I think.
Oh no.
We go back to the top of the order. Elias, you've just watched this robot clock this like teenage girl in the mouth.
Yeah, I think seeing it become violent, like, kind of changes something in him. Like, he's not viscerally scared of it the way that Sebastian was. He had, honestly, a more positive relationship with the best, although in his mind he's, like, horrified by, like, everything he knew that happened. But, like, can he jump forward to try and catch Viper as she falls and pull her out of the way and stuff?
Yeah, I'll just call that an interaction. You don't have to do like a roll for that. You're kind of just bunching up. You've still got like an action here. There's like three of you now against the wall. Adamata's just sort of in the doorway, kind of stock still. This thing is sort
He's
of
so useless.
and this thing is sort of looming. You don't really know how it's working because Sebastian is in the cabinet behind, and it sort of turns to look back at where he is.
Oh,
You think maybe it'll go for him, but right now I think you've still got your action.
Okay, so he says to Sebastian, he says, "You're gonna be okay. I'm not gonna let it hurt you." And he is gonna let me see what I have. Can I cast Persony spells on the robot? Like, would suggestion wouldn't work, right?
I mean, you can
I
try.
mean, it is.
Yeah, I'll lose a spell slot to it though.
What would you be casting here in this second? The suggestion?
Yeah, probably suggestion.
Let me have a look. That's one of your second levels, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, it could be useful.
Useful.
Okay, target you can cast that if you want. I'll say it's not immune specifically thing.
Oh, it's a robot. Oh no,
Uh,
they've invented
I mean,
intelligence that.
it's AI.
I
He's
guess.
talking as Blaze. He's behaving as
Yeah.
Blaze.
I'll say it has to make a wisdom saving throw. It does have a trait that gives it advantage on those.
Ooh.
He's wise
I
beyond
don't
his years.
I don't know. I don't know what its wisdom is. Its wisdom isn't amazing, so but it would have 2 chances to meet your spell save DC.
Jeez. Where's my? Here it is. Okay, it's 13. Which that's not great.
Your spell save DC is
Um,
13. Okay.
If he has advantage. Okay, I guess I'm gonna try.
Okay. Can try. So you cast suggestion on it. I'm gonna make these wisdom saving throws. This is I mean this is a generic stat block. I don't know, but he actually has a -1.
Hey, whoo!
So that's a saving.
Fingers crossed.
First roll.
Small money, small money.
That's 13 exactly. I don't even have to roll the second one.
So he
Uh,
already beats the DC.
Yeah, he kind of. You say that to him, and he kind of shakes it off, and he says, "Don't forget who your boss is. Point. You always a scrawny little boy."
Ooh, okay.
Yeah,
So
that's your
is that my action?
that's your action, your spell.
Okay, I have a movement. How far would I be able to get? Like, would I be able to get to Lisa Basil?
So if you want to dart out, if you
I
want to
don't
dart
wanna
out the
leave them
door,
here.
Adamata's in the way. You don't think he'll resist you. And anyway, you think you could probably get out into the main auditorium. I mean, if all those people are seeing you, it's like that room is specifically soundproof. You make a bunch of noise out there. Sounds kind of. I think even looking out the door, you see some people are looking.
Hmm. For sure. We're having a full fight in here.
Yeah.
Would I be able to parry Sebastian?
I mean,
Would
he's
I have
inside
to?
the cabinet. That would be
Would
a
it get
lot of
an attack of
movement.
opportunity on me?
If you move, I think if you move past it, it would get an attack of opportunity on you here.
I could die immediately. I don't like that at all.
It did roll really high. It rolled a 6 on the die when it attacked Joy, Viper. So
Okay, first I want to try and talk Sebastian into coming with me. Do I need to roll persuasion?
it's up to Sebastian if he wants
Into
to.
coming out
resist.
of the cabinet and letting me carry him.
Well, first that would be movement to get past it. If you want to try and you can.
Can,
If you,
can
if
he
you,
hear
if
me
you
from
just,
where I am? Because if he's
Uh,
not going to let me in the cabinet, I don't want to let it have the attack of opportunity.
You can try and yell to him. I'll say he can hear you, and it's up to him.
Do you think you can get Sebastian to come out of the closet? That is the real question.
Right, fella.
Phrasing.
Okay. Okay, I say, Sebastian, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Sebastian, I know you're scared. This is terrible. You didn't deserve this. Please, I'm going to come. Open the door. You have to let me open the door. Do you understand? I'm not going to let him hurt you.
Where is he right now?
Far away, and he's not going to hurt you.
I trust you, okay?
Ooh, okay, I'm gonna run past him and grab Sebastian and run for it.
Are you using? You can. If you're just using your movement, because if you're gonna grab him, you're gonna move.
Yeah, do I have enough movement to get him out of the room?
Sebastian. I think you could maybe get him. You could maybe go there and back to the door frame. I don't know if you would get him quite out of the room.
Okay, I guess that's what I'll do.
Okay, so if you move, if you're gonna carry him, if he walks with you, then that's a different story. But if you carry him, that would
Can I
use a-
drag him?
Oh, I'm saying if you just walk past the Blaze Automaton now, it's gonna get an opportunity on you.
Yeah.
Like you could disengage, but if you're doing something,
I think one can only disengage as an action.
yeah.
Yeah.
And
So if you
I
were to
think
point already
If you're
used.
carrying
disengaged,
him
then-
would be the action.
Yeah, so that's what I'm trying to say. If you disengaged and went past him, then you wouldn't be able to carry him in any meaningful way. But it's a different story if he's like walking with you. If you're trying to carry him, then and you still want to walk past, you'll have to tank the attack of opportunity.
Sebastian,
Yeah,
can you hear me?
I
I'm
can
gonna
hear you.
grab your hand. I'm gonna grab your hand and we're gonna run.
I don't know if I can do it. I don't know.
You think you can walk?
I'm not sure. I hope so.
I need you to be brave, Sebastian.
What if he gets me?
He's not gonna get you. I'm not gonna let him get you. He will get me before he gets you.
Okay then, I'm ready to go.
Okay, I'm gonna use my movement to run to Sebastian, and I'm gonna save my action for his turn so we can run out together.
Okay, so
Also, Joy disappeared.
It was too much for
I'm
me.
helping her.
Oh, Joy's back?
Yeah.
She's back.
It's been, I can't hear anything for like the past 5 minutes. What happened?
I'm going back and forth about whether I should carry Sebastian.
supposed
Yeah.
to it's supposed to combat
Like, did
bullshit.
you make noise or whatever?
We
Well,
haven't.
the
What?
door is
Did you
open.
end up doing that? Like, have people noticed?
No, we haven't done
The
that.
door
Some people have noticed.
the door is open.
But we
Some
haven't-
people can
Okay.
see. Adamot opened the door. He sees what's going on. He's like, "What the?"
What is going on?
Vamp, you done your you should have I guess you should have bunched up against the wall. And Elias is going to try and move past Blaze. That
Can I take
will-
a disengage and
The-
then
the
save
thing-
like the other half of my movement for his turn?
The thing is, your spell was your action, so you can't disengage this turn.
You absolutely have a point. You absolutely have a point. Yeah, if you move past Blaze, you would have to use. You just have to take the attack of opportunity.
Would I be able to save the other half of my movement?
For your next turn, well, I mean, you only get a certain amount of movement in a turn.
Well, I haven't moved at all. Have I?
Yet you
This turn.
haven't moved. You haven't gone anywhere yet. But there's no way
Fair.
to save up movement for the next turn.
No, yeah, no.
You either use it up or it just goes anywhere.
Yeah.
Nowhere.
Okay. So I cannot carry him.
Not at current, no. You'd have to wait till your next turn.
All you could do in this turn would be run to the cabinet, probably get attacked, and try to
Right.
open the door and like get him out. But like just to like
Right.
on Sebastian's movement, on Sebastian's
Mhm.
turn, maybe he'll get out because you opened the
Mhm.
door and you told him to
Yeah.
get out.
But I would basically be sacrificing myself because it would probably attack me again on its turn, and I don't think I can survive 2 attacks necessarily.
Yeah. So honestly,
choices you gotta make, baby.
honestly,
There's no guarantee of.
the best thing you could do is try to convince Sebastian to come out on his own and just stay where you
Right.
are.
Okay, well.
Well,
I mean, you can just pass and just stay there and see how everything develops.
Yeah, I'll stay here,
yeah, it's.
but I
okay.
want to be like. I want to stay where if Sebastian comes out, like, he'll be able to see me at least.
Yeah, I think he could still see you past the Blaze Automaton, even from, like, standing
Okay.
back a bit. So, we just call your turn there, then. Okay, so Next on the list is we'll just call I think it's Viper first. She had a held action, and now it's her turn properly again. Viper, this giant thing of metal has just hit you square in the jaw. You
Yeah,
sort of
what, am I okay? Like, am I, like,
you,
Yeah, I
Am I
caught you
kicking?
and pulled you back.
you lost 10 hit points. You're
okay,
still fine.
You're
Yeah.
alive,
so fine?
You're hurt.
but you're not.
Probably
Okay.
a little
You're not,
surprised.
you're not incapacitated in any like meaningful way.
Mhm.
Okay,
You got, you got a bloody,
can
you got a
I?
bloody jaw. Probably your teeth feel a bit weird.
You didn't
Oh.
hear no bell.
Mechanically, there's nothing wrong with you. You'll be okay. Aside from the fact you're missing
Okay,
10
okay.
hit points.
Oh, okay. Can I try to make a lot of noise and draw people's attention? Can I try to get Lisa Basil?
You are much nearer the door. I'd say you could go out and do that.
Okay,
Yeah, I think you might
Okay.
be like in the doorway.
I book it to Lisa Basil.
You hop out the door, sort of. Let's see. Would you? Yeah, you hop out the door. Adamad is there. I wouldn't say he'd impede you. You run out into the hall.
Okay.
What do you do?
I go to Lisa Basil.
Little Lisa Basil. She does. You know that thing she does. The way her head moves. She looks at you. Mr. Nollis, is there something amiss? Seem agitated.
I say, there's a robot in that closet trying to murder me!
This whole time you have
What
not
you
seen
mean?
it. This whole time her facial expression has never moved in a significant way. You see her eyebrows knit, very small frown on her face, as she looks over to that room.
Oh.
Hmm.
What do you mean? It punched me in the jaw! This is your place! Stop it!
That is very unfortunate. If you will lead me to
Sorry,
where
what
it
did you
is,
say?
I can deal with the issue at hand.
Hold on. I can't.
It's all fun and games till she joins Size of the Robot.
Exterminate. Exterminate.
Yeah.
Okay, I think it's back.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yes.
Joy? Okay.
Alright, jeez.
What's happening?
I don't know. Yeah, so Elizabeth Zoe just sort of like nods a little bit and she goes, if you will lead me to the source of the disturbance, I'm sure I will be able to dispatch the issue without problem. She smiles
She said,
again.
okay,
That way
look,
she
the
does.
closet! The open closet!
Okay.
Do you see it?
Yes, I see it.
Okay, well, do you know anything about it?
She doesn't respond and she just moves past you.
I can't decide if I like or hate her.
Let's see. Roll her place in the initiative order. Roll the good it'll do
Oh, I
us.
hope she doesn't kill us.
She's an 8.
Does she seem like she's gonna help?
She's still a tougher age. She's kind of went back to normal. Now she's.
I mean, she told you she would help.
Hold on, I gotta do something with my connection. This is really bad. Give me a minute.
Oh,
I'd say we could continue the initiative turn since
love.
Viper
Okay.
will be coming back with
We should be good now.
Lisa.
Yeah,
I think
okay.
I'm back. I think we're rolling.
Okay, you're going back. I'd say if you've went there and then you go back, uh,
Wait, no way.
s-
So, summary, she didn't do anything?
she's on her way now to the closet to assumedly go and do something.
He's going into the closet.
All right.
Sebastian wouldn't come out. Now she's going in.
He wasn't ready.
Bless his heart.
So, can I hear any like commotion coming from the closet right now?
The door's still open. You can still see like Adamata staying in the way. I think maybe you can kind of make out things going on in there. The situation hasn't changed massively. There's still a big ass robot
Okay.
menacing in there. Lisa Bazil is now on her way to involve herself in the matter.
She's gonna. So, does she show any recognition when I told her
Uh,
about it?
When you said it to her at first, like her eyebrows knit a little. That's like the
Like
most
worry
like
or like
sort of. I guess like maybe an annoyance, a little frustration, not worry.
Oh,
Definitely not
no.
worry.
not worry?
It's,
Oh gosh, dang
like
it.
just sort of, okay.
Oh,
Like sort of, that's
Um.
that's inconvenient.
no, you're muted. Oh yeah, sure.
Okay, we should be good now.
That'll be.
So do I have enough turn to like do anything else?
I think it's probably like it's just an interaction. You might even have your action left.
If you
But I
want,
don't know if you would make it back there enough with your movement.
she could
do
like
anything significant,
use her
but-
action to dash back, basically.
That's true. She could.
Yeah,
You could use
maybe.
a dash action. If you use a dash action, I could say that you would make it back to the room. But then, well, you
Do
wouldn't
I
have your
need to
action.
heal myself? By the way, I'm feeling a little uncomfortable with like 6 or 8 hit points.
I don't know if you have anything on your sheet.
No. Okay. No one does.
Uh, if
We have no clerics.
I don't think there's.
Yeah,
If
we
anyone,
don't cleric. Who's the cleric?
nobody.
Nobody wanted to
Oh, no
roll
clerics.
Eldu
Yeah.
noodles.
I'll just say, like, before your turn finishes, like Phoenix Wright sides up to you. Hey, what the fuck's going on?
Hey, I just got punched in the jaw with a robot in
Yeah,
that
she probably looks
closet.
messed up.
Huh.
I'm like bleeding. My nose is bleeding.
Oh, that's
Face is bleeding.
yeah, that does explain
Starting to
that.
bruise up. Yeah.
Actually, she's oh man, yeah, you kind of fucked up. He like goes through his pockets. He's like, "Oh, I've got, and he pulls out like a band-aid, and he's Juicy's always. And because I had a feeling you would get whomped by some. On Phoenix's character sheet, he has lay on hands, so he's gonna heal you for, let's say, it's a good amount.
Paladin moment.
He's gonna heal you for 7.
Oh,
So-
okay.
Nice.
You're almost back to full.
So I'm at 17.
He gives you an ice pack.
Thank you.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
Thank you, Phoenix.
He
You're
ac-
a real one for that.
He actually gives
I
you
gotta go. I gotta go. Like,
a bag of frozen beans.
Yeah. I eat this all the
I take the
time.
frozen beans
Wet paper
and
towel.
I go. Okay, I gotta go. I gotta go fight the robot now, and I run off.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh! You're not gonna bring him with you?
Round 2. I say you. Okay, I ask him if he wants to come.
Yeah, alright. I gotta roll this initiative. You were just. This is a vortex that you were pulling more and more people into.
I mean, we are in the middle of an expo.
That's how we
Yeah.
defeat the robot. Open a
funny,
space-time
that's
continuum vortex and just shove it inside.
Yeah.
17.
We could do it.
Oh my god,
Ooh,
he
wow.
got better
He's
than
at the top
any
of
of
the
you
order.
fuckers.
I mean,
He-
he's got the
Wow.
that bicycling energy.
Yes, he does. He's gonna take his first turn on the next round. But yeah, Viper,
Okay.
you make your way back to the door, and that's it. That's your turn.
Okay, where's Lisa Basil?
Uh, let's see. It's not her turn yet, but she is walking there as well.
She's kind of slow.
That's just turns for you. Um. Yeah, Sebastian, it's now your turn. You are in the closet. You've gotten that, I guess, sort of verbal affirmation from a lot. What do you
Come out
do?
of the closet, Sebastian. It's gonna be okay.
Could I attempt to leave the closet?
Yeah, I'd say without an interaction or anything, you could just do that. You stumble out the closet. It's the Blaze automaton still kind of leering, sort of halfway between you and the others, maybe a bit closer to them after clocked Viper in the jaw. But as you climb out, he sort of looks back and he goes, "Well, there he is. Finally, come out."
I'm not afraid of you anymore.
Ooh.
You think you can defeat me? You think you could scare me? I put you in prison one time
since the
before.
moment you were born, boy.
I defeated you once before. What makes you think I can't do it again? You slimy old bag.
Well, I guess we just have to right some wrongs, you know.
I kind of just want to like run at him.
You want to like charge at him?
Yeah.
Uh,
You have any
it-
weapons?
like as an attack?
Yeah, I want to just run and attack him.
Just attack. Okay, make your attack.
No, don't attack the robot. Just run past.
That's
Keep
what
running.
I
I
did.
mean, he's emotional.
You gave me the courage to come out here. Now you give me
Okay.
the courage to fight back.
Oh,
Let's
this is gonna be a lot of
see.
paperwork.
Poor Elias.
Should it? Yeah, D20, right?
Yeah, just a d20 with your attack modifier.
Please give me. Ooh.
Yeah, what's your attack modifier?
Let me find that.
This is
Minus
crazy.
1.
What the heck?
Oh yeah,
Almost as bad as mine.
I'll be okay.
So that does not hit.
Sebastian, keep running.
I don't know what you come at him with.
His little
Like, as
like
a weapon.
conductor wand.
Yeah, the other ones.
And
Yeah, you just like flick him with that, and he goes, still a little baby with your little toys, playing in a grown-up's.
No.
You dare insult my baton? You wicked old hag of a dad! I hate you! I hate you! I hate you! Why can't you just die?
They tried to kill me once, boy. Somehow I managed to find my way back to get you.
So, you think I can't defeat you? Well, is there any like possible way like I can defeat you? Like, are you allergic to water? Why don't I just throw some water over you? I bet I could defeat you with just a simple cup, little glass, and you could fall in an instant, huh?
Always the same, boy. Always look mad at the. You know. At least you tried the direct method first this time. It won't get you anywhere.
Well.
That's your action. You probably haven't used much of your movement.
Well, I kind of ran at him.
I mean,
Uh,
if he tries to move anywhere else, the robot will get an attack on opportunity.
Yeah, like if you try and- there is. I'll say now because you're on the other side compared to everyone else. There is a back half of this room,
Ooh.
and you see there is another door at the other side.
Go through the door, Sebastian. Go through the door.
I mean, if he goes, he'll get attacked.
Well,
recommend
The
you
opposite direction.
but he still
I
will
think
get
I-
attacked because he moves
I could
away.
He will still leave the radius.
I
at
could
least.
defeat the robot with
Hmm.
words.
Yeah,
I could.
I recommend you stay there.
Can I like talk to him?
I think
the robot.
you've tried.
Because in a certain game, how you defeat robots is by giving them a paradox. Can I just like tell the robot a paradox and he explodes?
No.
Oh.
Divide by 0.
Yeah.
I could go through the rigmarole of making you roll intelligence, making you realize that won't work. But I'll just tell you straight up, no, it's not gonna happen.
It was a good,
I thought,
a good
yeah.
idea.
Can I just run away then?
Once again, if you move away, you'll leave his range, and then you'll get an attack of opportunity. But you probably, I think Max might be right. It might be best just staying where you are. He will like attack you on his next turn, but
I
You
also
get attacked either way.
but
I think you
it's
should
also
run because
good.
you'll get attacked either way.
But it's also good if he stays there, because it
well, it's
means
either,
that
he gets
he's
it's
flanking.
either he gets attacked now or he gets attacked now on the Blaze Automaton's turn.
But if he stays there, it means that if we attack from the other side, the enemy will be flanked, and we will get advantage on attacking.
Ooh,
That's
you're
true.
right. You're right. That's a good point.
And a bunch of you fuckers are rogues, so you'll all get attacks of fucking sneak attacks.
Exactly. So
Not me, dude. I'm a wizard.
I very much suggest that Sebastian stays there after talking to his Robo-Dad.
I think I might hold my
Robo-Dad.
ground and just stand and stare at the robot dad.
You stare.
Wow. That's brave.
This thing, it's wires. It doesn't look like your dad, but the garbled voice that comes out and the body language, it's definitely him. And you stare him down in this moment while the turn moves. It's it's Adam Mata's turn.
Yes, finally, save
the
us, Adam
champion, the champion that will lead us to victory.
I
Adam,
I don't have a
for
stat.
the win.
I don't think I even have a stat block for him, so he's just like there.
It's all +5, you know it.
He's looking at he really doesn't recognize this, and he's like, "That's a very advanced. I didn't know that we produce variants of that kind." Wait, did you say that it hit you in the face?
Me?
Yeah.
Yes,
They probably shouldn't do that.
I
Mm,
agree, my friend. I agree.
No, help us, please.
Well, if it were me, I would suggest, and his turn ends, because he's not going to do anything else besides theorize about a potential plan of attack, which isn't going to be useful. And next, it's Lisa Bazille's turn. And he just watched her very politely, very clinically, step past the door frame.
Please do something.
And she looks at this automaton, she goes, I see. This is not very much to any ideal. And you see she raises her hand up, snaps her fingers, and it goes limp on the floor.
Well.
Hmm.
Oh my gosh.
Thank you.
And she sort of
What?
steps past the threshold to look at it, and she goes, this was a very premature. I'd not even worked out the kinks here. And it's something.
What? You
Miss-
knew about this?
Miss Bazille, may I ask, why did you have automaton of disgraced former chief prosecutor
All in
and
good time,
PIC
Chief
committee
Prosecutor.
member Blaze the Best?
All in good time, Chief Prosecutor. And it was able to turn
Wait a minute.
itself
All in good
on
time.
without getting. This is very strange.
what do you mean
There are still bugs to be worked out, I think.
What is it for?
Yeah, what the hell? Why would you make this?
It seems very violent.
You see she taps on her scouter, and the way the one platform in the auditorium raised, you see it's a very, precise sort of movement of that happens here. But let's see. As you see that a lot of the floor kind of shifts and moves up outside. Adamata, he kind of quickly steps in the side room, and you see they all move up. For a second, there's maybe this fear that they're going to get. They all slant. Everyone else in the main room is funneled into the rest of the flooring kind of reaches the ceiling, and you sort of have the understanding that they're all trapped in the middle. And in this room, you're now blocked off. I think
Wait,
it
wait, wait.
is-
Explain it again.
Wait.
What?
So, yes, see. So the floor can raise. The
Uh-huh.
floor sort of all raised. The kind of slat in the middle stays down. The floor all kind of like shifts at an angle, so they all tumble down and
Oh my gosh.
they also disappear from sight.
We're just like
every-
screaming.
I can't. Yeah, it's very strange. Like very, sort of like almost pandemonium. I do need to make a roll here actually. Do you need,
my gosh.
This could be very useful. I need to check this. Do I want to pay attention to my own roll? Yeah, I will. Yeah, see, everyone in that room sort of disappears. You think they're all just sort of corralled into the middle. The rest of the floor just sort of raises up. You're all off from them. This
Is
not-
Phoenix with us?
I'll say. Well, that's what my roll was for. He did not make it.
Rip.
I mean, he's fine. Everyone's fine. But
He survived that.
this was.
He didn't
Yeah,
make
he's
it. He's
with the
dead,
worst.
guys.
This was not the most opportune use of our time today, I will admit. This is very, very premature.
What? Explain to me why you have it.
I
Yeah,
imagine.
what?
I imagine you
I
all
think you
have.
owe me an explanation.
Yes, that will be forthcoming. I think this is.
Forthcoming. First coming! Tell me right now, please.
Tell us now.
No, you're right. I've slept on this. I have slept on this perhaps too much. But I think if you and
What do
I,
you mean-
if
what
you
do you
all
mean?
follow me,
On
then
this
perha-
robot?
if you all, well, one of them.
It's a figure of speech, Viper.
You see, she rifles through the other cabinets, and in each one there's an identical. I'll still hear. And she reaches down, and she kind of parts the back of the sort of like chassis head up. It appears the consciousness drive was left in. That was a very
What?
that was a very silly mistake.
I'm sorry, the what?
She pulls out this
What?
thing. It's sort of blue-hued. It's almost like a graphics card, sort of plugged into the back of the automaton head. She inspects it. And
What is this?
This was a dangerous subject to leave out in the open. I very much apologize. I suppose undue stress, and certainly the physical bodily. But,
Why? Why do
Oh,
you
there-
have?
there is a
Explain
explanation. If you would all please follow me, there would be another place where my explanation would make a lot more sense.
Okay,
Where does she
I
go?
guess so.
Through the other door?
Yes, through the other door. We are out of combat.
Okay.
Adam Mott is here. He looks like. I swear I don't
Yay.
know what the fuck this is. I just make like. I made like a computer that scans the brain. There's no robots here.
I trust you, Adamata.
I like him.
Does that mean I'm relieved of my duties?
Well, I guess the expo is over now. The lights sort of come up in the room. You see, it's just sort of, you don't know why, but you feel like the lights come in, the door at the other side just sort of opens on its own. And you just sort of get the feeling that Lisa Bazil has this connection through everything. And you all come out into this simple hallway, a very simple white panel. The Blaze Automaton is left. You see, Lisa still has the what she called the consciousness drive in her hand, inspecting it. Like, just. I imagine the preceding events were, let us say, disconcerting, to say the least. Especially
Yeah, I
for
would say so.
you. Especially for you,
Yeah,
Prosecutor for the
Uh,
best.
I think I've got PTSD.
Hmm. That is a modification and one might say, a drawback of the human brain. Come
Hmm.
with me. You all sort of follow along this corridor. Lisa Bizzle's not a sinister figure, but now it occurs to you that whatever this was, she knew about it. Adamata didn't. So if anyone's responsible here, it's probably her.
Mhm.
You all, this sort of line you through, like, even the actual scenery isn't, like, that intimidating. It's this sort of sterile white, but this feeling now of being boxed in. Um, as you're making your way to the destination, you see a side door opens, and you see a woman come out, a little frazzled. Who was it? Elias, you recognize this woman. This is one of the women giving the expo out in Orion.
Huh.
She was one. She looked very not interested in things.
Yeah.
Like sort of like she had to be there. This woman is a very nice looking woman. She has this brown, elegant hair that runs down her back. She's got this. I guess I sort of trying to be in kept with the weird styles of green shirt and a tie. She's wearing a skirt. Her clothes are ill-fitting, not in the sense that they're too large or too small. Whoever this woman is or where she's come from, this really isn't the fit here. Like, this is the last place she should. She comes out of the side room, absolutely frazzled. She sees Lisa. Hey, what the fuck was that? The floor came up. I only just got out of there. Lisa barely pays her a second. It's a sudden complication, uh, Miss Laya. You see on her name tag, Ayla Laya. Ailalia.
Nice.
okay.
Um, the she sort of glances all back to you, and she turns back to Ayla. The process has been uncovered. It would appear. But hey, what the fuck do you mean it's been uncovered? Tell me nobody's supposed to know about this shit. Yes, I appreciate that was what was said, but now things have transpired in the direction, and now explanations are due. It's actually very fortuitous that you are here, Miss Lai. You would help immensely in the explanation of things. Hey, this wasn't. She kind of leans into. Like I said, okay, I told you it wasn't gonna be a whole thing. I didn't care about. Lisa just holds a hand up. She's like, I think it would be fortuitous if you followed up. And she's just sort of like clamped frustratedly into silence. She and Ayla just sort of falls back with the rest of you. Lisa leads. Now you have this new figure in your midst as you walk along. Anything any of you want?
Um, I think that Point will say, excuse me, do you happen to know what's going on?
Uh, Ayla just looks at you, gives you a side eye, and is like, well, yeah, I know, and you're probably just gonna find out. So don't bother me, okay? She seems very tetchy about the whole affair. Um,
Hmm.
Ron would
Why?
approach her and
Why
be
is
like,
she the mad one?
She's like, it's just like, hey, I didn't. This was supposed to be. But I'm not in. I don't. She's kind of angrily picking at her clothes. I don't wear this. Okay, I'm not. I'm not. She's like, how the hell do I even explain? Lisa pipes up from the back. It was an explicit part of your contract that you would miss. I think you best leave the explanations to me. If any of you want to make a perception check on Ailey 3-2.
I would love
For
to make a
sure.
perception check.
Sure.
Hang on 1 second.
Oops, I'm messing them up. Wait, what did I do wrong? Why did that not work?
It's very specific. You have to do it in like the.
you need to add
Oh,
notation.
I think I got it.
Oh, I lied.
Well-
Hey.
This is
Wow.
perception?
Yeah.
Perception.
Oh,
That's not great. Hold on.
Well, we have
Um,
I have
Sebastian.
a-
Sebastian's the
30-20.
only one who does well.
For some fucking Ron, if you want to roll, you can.
I mean, why? Sebastian already has a 20.
Okay, if you want.
That's an 11, by the way.
Elias, you rolled a natural 1.
I go blind.
You were absolutely confounded with the situation. Like, what's that? Metal automaton. This thing is artificial intelligence. That's absolutely not legal. And you just can't really get a good beat on any. Remember, you would probably reach a conclusion as well if still now that the adrenaline from the fight's over, a big metal thing has punched you in the face and you got a band-aid on it, but it's kind of hurt. So you're kind of dealing with that. Sebastian, against all odds. It's not an insight. You just see this woman. She's very out of touch. You kind of see like her top buttons on. And you see around her neck, you see this small thing. I don't know if you would know what it is, but there's this small object around her neck, kind of sort of you're not really sure how to relate it. It's sort of, I guess it looks like a comma maybe with this sort of swirl in the larger part. And
A
you're
what?
It's a Magatama.
I don't know what that is though.
What the
'cause I'm
heck?
Ashton.
Do I know what
Yeah.
that is? Probably not.
None of us would know.
Yeah.
Except maybe Ron.
So Ron would not remember. I don't
if any
think.
of you, if Sebastian noticed, I don't know if he would relate that as even to anyone else. See, she's got this small doodad around it, and sort of, it's got a weird sheen to it. It's kind of green. Don't.
It's a green Magatama. Is that Phoenix's Magatama? What'd she do to Phoenix?
Hey. I don't know if there's anything you want to do with that information, Sebastian. Anything
Can I,
of
like,
it.
can I point it out?
Compliment it.
If you want to publicly point it out, you can do that.
Are you selling that jewelry of yours? I
Sebastian, we talked about this.
Okay,
She
it
she
looks
goes-
very.
She goes, huh? She kind of pivots to look at you weird. You all gotta look at this thing.
How much is it?
She realizes what you're talking about, and she covers up.
Oh,
Shut the fuck up. She moves forward a little bit to walk lockstep with Lisa, who has been looking back and noticing that you notice. Just sort of does a head tilt and keeps walking. Now that you've all seen this, if any of you want us to make an intelligence check or a history check, rather.
Yeah, I want to use history.
Yeah.
mhm.
There's a chance, because there was that one, like, DL6 thing where spirit channeling was used with the police that me or Sebastian might know. If
Yeah.
that's famous.
Yeah, let's see. Just see with a roll. We'll see. I'm not gonna. This isn't gonna be too hard, I don't think. Even with
Oh.
21!
21, that's quite good.
All right.
That's cash money, baby.
Yeah, 10. We're winning today.
We're winning, boys.
God bless Sebastian. Um. Yes, Elias, you see that, you recognize it as a Magatama. Magatamas are even out with their properties. Magatamas are kind of like a. I'll say even the best, you know this. Magatamas are kind of like a touristy thing because Los Angeles has like a very prominent like Japanese minority. There's a lot of
Mhm.
like sort of cultural Japanese places, and Magatamas are that kind of spiritual symbol. Um, Elias, you're very well read. You know about Magatamas. You know how the police use them. You know the purported use of them as spirit channeling devices. Um, what you would pick out from this, you wouldn't be sure how that information. I'll say only she's wearing this mic. It's very rare for them to be that color if it's like a tourist item. You think it's much more likely that it's possibly authentic. Um, it's I don't know how much stock Elias puts in the supernatural, but it would look to be charged.
Huh.
And so the conclusion you would come to, well, this woman has a spirit channeling device on her. And I'll even say with that 21, you mentioned earlier Phoenix. Phoenix Wright keeps his Magatama in his pocket. I won't say you know that, but this woman is wearing it quite sort of casually around her neck.
Are they putting spirits inside the robots? Oh god. Oh god.
Your
I
actual
hear what you're
dad's
saying, and I
soul inside.
Oh.
do not like that.
Was that actually Blaze the best? I don't feel
Oh no.
There's this sort of undercurrent of worry to you all. You have these thoughts. And Lisa Bazil leads you to a room. It's sort of half lit, it's sort of dark. And even once you go in, you realize this is quite a big room. You can't make out the far wall. This
Sorry, where
comes
are
in.
we?
This is a different room now. There is this
Okay.
much of at the end of the hallway. It's
Okay.
it's similar to the main auditorium you're in before, but it's strange. It's sort of it's not as wide, but it's maybe a bit taller from your initial interpretation. The back half is sort of dim. Lisa Basili's holding the consciousness drive, which so as she's standing now waiting for you to all sort of come to rest and you now realize it's sort of almost like a game cartridge or something. There's sort of a label along the top that says Blaze the Best.
Oh.
Oh god.
So
Why do you have that? Can we have our explanations now, please, Miss
yes,
Bazil?
I imagine you all have a great number of questions as to this matter. Hmm. Limitations of the body, of the human brain, of life and of death. Thaumaturgy, thematics. Those are the real objects that people try to strive beyond. Immortality. Existence beyond death. Or even alternative to life. I'll explain in a second, but I have to put this in its rightful place. And you see the... where is it? Hold on. Okay. You see the wall behind her, and the lights light up. And you realize that however tall you thought this room is, taller. The other side of the room is filled wall to wall with these drives plugged into the wall.
Oh, no.
You see, she just sort of does something with her heads-up display, and the wall moves. sort of sorting itself, bringing itself down. You see an empty space down, sort of a row with one empty. She slots it, and then it all slowly returns back to. This technology. Adam here will be familiar with the fact that I have invested a lot of technology in the application of scanning a brain. The human mind is not irreplicable. It is often quite replicable. People consider it this special thing, and while the existence of life is a oddity, a purely natural phenomenon, there's no force that indicates that technology should not be the same. What you see before you on this is as many brains I can physically possible. I spent a long time collecting, one might say, the best. Not even the best. People. People who I thought in some sense be, say, collected, kept.
This seems illegal.
This is definitely illegal.
This is definitely illegal. This is the pure replication of human mind. You would know, realize, to a word, this stockpile is like against international law.
Why did you take me in here?
To say that I wanted to scan all of you would be a misnomer. Perhaps as a aside during the you would be allowed to go on your. There's something so infinitely fragile. It leaves it open to breaking, discardation, illness, disease, physical illness, mental illness, evil. The human mind is malleable, but once it's broken, it can't be brought back. Or I suppose that is what the assumption. My focus here was on the dead. Spiritorial. Those who I thought had not had a chance yet. Viper, she shifts the wall. And you see her wait for a line, and she picks out a drive from the
No.
wall.
No.
Oh,
She
No,
walks
no,
over.
no, no,
She
no.
walks over to it with her in her hand, and you see on the front it says Casper Python.
No!
Your father was not a
You
good
downloaded my
man.
dad?
Yes. During his time in prison, I was able to get access. Brain. The easiest way is simply to manually scan the brain, and then you have a whole duplicate copy. Your father is not a good man, Viper.
What are you doing with it?
I'm at nothing right now. It's just being stored on the wall peacefully.
What do you plan to do with it?
I suppose that's up to you. Your father
It's
was
up to me.
Your father was an evil man, Viper. He was not what one would typically consider morally. He has wasted his time on this earth, and I imagine within a few months to half a year he will be executed, dead.
Oh.
I can't imagine you take any specific sadness at that, knowing the things he's done to you, but do you not think he should be allowed another chance? So wanted to try? These drives, they don't age, Viper. They don't go out. They don't malform. He would have as much time in the world to reflect on what he did to you. Do you think he should be allowed to perish in a jail? Never be given another chance to even reflect on his life?
I'm 16.
Well,
I don't know anything about morality. Please.
well,
Point kind of interrupts and he says, Miss Bazille, what you're doing is illegal and wrong. You know that we will have you arrested. Why did you bring us here?
That's a good point.
Jumping ahead a little bit there. I just thought you all were owed an explanation. More
You
often than
can't
not-
let us out of here knowing what we know. Do you plan to kill us?
No, not as yet. There's more we have to talk about, I think.
Can
It's
I
true,
bring
like,
up
it's
the
true as
point?
you said.
Why won't you bring good people back to life in robots? Why bring people who went to jail, and why not bring back people who have been like taken by illness and like old people?
Blaze the
An
Best
excellent-
was still evil as a robot.
Yeah,
An excellent.
Yeah.
Yes, it's very early. Those two, I suppose, were poor examples. You raise a very cogent point. She plugs Casper back into the wall. The wall begins moving again. He goes. And she comes to a stop. She pulls another one out of the wall. Sebastian. She very gently comes over with it and shows it to you. You see the name on the front is Juliana de Best, which is your mother's name.
Oh my gosh.
Oh,
Your mother was killed by your father, as I reckon.
yeah.
Hidden away, buried someplace, not even properly. I don't think she's even legally listed dead. She's here. Anyone else that any of you may have lost? I've done my best. The
Miss
evil are
Bazil,
here,
you
perhaps.
cannot do this
it's
to
fine.
him. He is a child.
And what would you do to a child? Should a child not have his mother?
Can I get to
Death
hear my mother's voice?
A part of the journey of life, Sebastian. All good things must end.
I
Why?
want my mommy.
It is a decay of the flesh to end, to be not. Parts can be replaced. Hands can never be. Can be replaced, but only by mechanics. That says a lot, in my point of view. If you would like to talk to your mother again, Sebastian, you could. Elias, you're standing there. No, Sebastian, I'd say. You don't know how long this has been going on for. Your mother died just a long time ago.
Please, let me speak to her. That's all I want.
Sebastian, no.
you don't understand
will
how much
not-
I need this. I
It
lost
will not make
everything.
it hurt any less.
I could be with her again. We'd be happy.
I could return anyone to any of you.
Please, let me
Yes.
have this.
Chief Prosecutor Point. She keeps Sebastian's mother's drive out. The wall moves again. She goes to pick out another drive. She shows it to you, Elias. You read it plain as day. It's Lucienne Hooks.
And he says, don't bring that into this.
Don't you think he deserves another chance? An abrupt end is an abrupt end. Whatever things he may have been try. Any of you could try again, with anyone. Have another time, another day, another life. Anything.
He lived the life he wanted to live, and he died the death he wanted to die.
See, she sort of... her brow knits again at that. Shouldn't he have the... Shouldn't everyone have a chance? You see her face just sort of changes at that. She looks... You still want to see your mother? The best?
I don't know what to do.
Sebastian, it won't change anything. It won't bring her back.
It will
It won't
change
what your
something.
father did.
It will make me happy. That's what will change, and that's what I want.
Well, I've been collecting these for the last 2 or 3 years. Elias, you instantly know that does not make... Lucian's been dead for a lot longer than...
Long time.
There's no physical way she could have scanned his brain.
You're lying to us.
Lies? What do you mean?
You said 2 or 3 years.
Correct?
He would be decomposed.
Yes. This was a roadblock I faced much early on. There are those who were already dead by the time. I wondered, of course, what the solution to such a thing was. And of course I remembered that I had met a man who knew somebody with particular power.
No. No.
I've not been able to contact that individual. But you see, she looks over to Ayla. But I was able to find my
No.
friend here. Ayla is, like, very disconcerted. We had a fucking deal. I don't want to get any of that bullshit. I only did this because... She's very frustrated, very pent up. Miss Laya here, or indeed, as the law knows her, Miss Michiko Fei, of a branch upon branch family of Kurain Village, was once a, I suppose still is, what one calls a spirit channeler. The way the technology interfaces is not much to my knowledge. A channeled spirit still has a brain. It's fascinating. The veil of death, it barely exists. It's just an imposition. Spirits, mechanoids. Human life isn't all that special. Things can be done. I could do things for all of you. Things for everybody. Anyone in the world. To live forever is not a curse. To live again, it is not a curse. It is just another chance. There are already spirits and maladies and this and that and even the other thing. Should I not offer help if I can?
Point says the law exists for a reason. This technology is not safe. It's already been used to hurt Viper. Do not wish to see more people harmed because of what you've done.
Every
We will
technology-
have you arrested.
Then, if you would have me arrested, Mr. Point, then you would also know that this a kind of contraband. The law would destroy all of these lives. Is that something you would prefer to be
He's-
party to?
He's quiet, and you can see kind of the struggle on his face, and he says, I have power, and I know people with power. If it is seen fit, a different deal could be worked out. It is not safe to use these machines as they stand.
Safe. That is all I am ever told. Safety. Machines, constructs, they don't have a right to life when people decide. They do not have a right to... would prefer. They have one now. If one is created, it does not have a say in the matter, as is most people. It thinks, it talks, it can even breathe. A deal, you would say, a deal. If a deal was made here, my work would stop. I can see that. I cannot stop now. There's so many people out there still.
Think about the legal system. How many dead people could be brought back, and we could solve their crimes. They could tell us who killed them.
An interesting application, Sebastian. I had not thought of that. That's very...
This could be useful. We could
We
See
could
people from-
continue this under government supervision.
The
We
government
cannot-
is not interested in life made of parts. I've known that fact for a long time.
Are you a robot?
She's definitely a robot.
Are you a hard drive? Are you the freaking hard drive? Are you made of a hard drive? Is Lisa Basil
100%
dead?
chance she's a robot.
She doesn't
Lisa
answer.
Basil's definitely dead.
She doesn't answer.
You could touch her and see.
I
Yeah,
don't wanna
was
touch
she?
her.
When I shook her hand,
Roll
was
to
she
touch.
cold?
It was...
Oh.
It felt like skin. It didn't feel... Like...
Roll,
All the, like
roll
the
to-
Automaton you saw before, it was very like. You look at her and this looks like a person.
Human flesh over metal skeleton.
roll to
creepy.
shake her.
Roll to
like,
slap her.
like shake. Oh, come on now.
I don't really. So, you seem to be insinuating that you're a robot. You realize that, right?
I think that those who have not been birthed, those who have been created by hand, still have as much right as any other, regardless of my
Again.
status.
What do you mean, regardless of your status? I don't know. Does anyone have any?
Do you think creating a bunch of robots just as irresponsible as having a bunch of babies? Because there's a lot of people you end up having to looking after.
Children are new life. This is life that already was. It does not need to be looked after. It just needs to be correctly harnessed. That's why they are in the wall.
Why
What
don't we
space?
ask them? Why don't we ask the spirits or the robot things if they want to come back? And if that's
Well,
what they want,
yeah,
they
does it-
deserve it.
Is there anybody
Excuse me
you would
for
like to
saying this.
ask?
Miss Basil, I concede to your point. I do agree there are potential powerful applications of this technology, but there are potential dangerous applications of this technology. There are people who should not be brought back. You had the memory cartridge for Blaze the Best in a robot.
I find
when
this
we
to be
arrived.
I find this to be a very narrow moral equivalence. Blaze the Best is not a good man. It was a mistake of mine to have him left out like, but I believe he should be offered a chance just the same as anybody else. It would be short-sighted to do otherwise. He has eternity to think about.
He would be just as dangerous as a robot as he was as a man.
Maybe now. In a few years, in 10, in 20.
Maybe the robot didn't have arms or legs to attack with.
The robot didn't have arms or legs.
Put
could
him in
be.
a little like metal ball.
It could be an interesting
True.
application.
They could
He
for
just
become
an-
more
rolls
like
around and
AIs.
he's like.
That could be an
"I'm
interesting
Blaze the
application
Best."
for a non-violent model. I will have to... Anyway.
Yeah, why did you invent a violent model?
Yeah, why would you put it in a robot form? Just put it in something that can't move. Put him in a little pen.
It's restrictive. If you had hands and arms... Horror? Would that not be blinding horror?
I.
At least in the wall, they have a simulated environment and don't feel else.
Okay, but he was like trying to hurt us.
That was
I
unfortunate.
understand that
Like, he
there are
punched me.
there are useful applications for this technology. Good applications, safe applications. Blaze the best punched Viper Hypnolis. They are not being implemented. These robots are not safe.
Give
If
him time to work on it. Add a safety chip. Everything would be perfect then. No violence.
a safety
Perfect is a strong
chip.
word.
I do not think it would be fair to impair anybody's cognition in that way. We do not get to act.
So you
We do
just
not get to act this differently because they are machines. They are people as you and I. They do not have less.
Yeah, but we put people in prison.
Well,
I suppose
you're
that's
acting as a god right now. You're not giving them
Yeah,
the
it's
thing
kind
that
of a
they
good point. Yeah, you're kind of the one making the choices here. So.
Yeah.
Like, what gives you the choice to bring back people or not bring back people, or
somebody
it's
who
up
was
to
dead not
you,
want
not
to
them.
return. Would they not be?
Maybe.
Would it not be cruel to not at least offer them the chance to give them time?
Oh man, you never
to-
heard of
to
someone
ruminate on their
suicidal
decision.
before.
She's heard.
Oh my gosh.
Buddy, what
You're
you
sure
want?
there's no one out there who wouldn't want to be brought back?
Buddy, what you want
She
to
knows
bring
what she's doing.
people back? Then why do you need
Who knows?
copies of people that are still alive?
Well,
Yeah.
one day the human form will go. The wall shifts again. Living people? I do have a few of those. I don't give them much thought.
Huh?
If you take a scan now, and then they live fuller lives, complete whole person, there's cruelty to them. I do have a few for the purpose of test. That is partly why I brought you here, Miss Hypno.
What?
I admit I was a bit, shall we say, duplicitous about your reasons for being invited here. I know you suspected it. I could tell.
Yeah, You were being weird about it too.
I mentioned once that I had dealings with your father.
Yeah, you did.
Oh, I thought you said feelings.
No, I didn't.
No, not more lovers for Casper.
I think he has enough. I have that one on the wall as well. That one really freaks me. Ugh. Yeesh. No, the wall shifts and she picks another one out. Your father offered a number of facilities for my work. Still don't know what his gain from it was, but he did ask of one thing. And she shows you the one she has in her card, and it says Viper Hypnolis.
Oh. No!
Hmm.
I don't like that.
No, I was not content so much with this either, but I suppose one day it would have to be you in here.
Oh, what do you mean it would have to be me?
Well, one day you'll wither away, your human form will die, and as anyone else, I would give you the chance.
What if I don't
old
want
was
second
she at the
chance?
time of the scan?
It was not too long ago. It was in. He mentioned something about instruments in his facility that. It can't be older than a year.
What? You scan my brain? When?
I did not scan you, but it occurs to you suddenly that you and everyone else that your father just had. It's like, yeah, he could have done something there.
Wait, could have done something where?
While you were underground, underneath the mall, it's like, well, it was a big place.
Oh,
might have had some kind of instrument.
That sucks.
Yeah.
I don't feel, but but if I once I grow old and stuff, that won't be me anymore.
That is exactly my predicament. Of all the things I've not truly been able to model change, they differ as the body ages. Brain less malleable.
Why would he want to have me downloaded?
It wasn't my want as such. I suppose when your time comes, you, as anyone else, would like to be offered into the second life, the better life.
I didn't think he liked me very much.
I have to wonder if his intentions were, I suppose, benevolent. Um, Certainly nothing on you in here never went on. One has to imagine what his ideas were.
I don't. Ugh.
But, Miss
Oh.
Hypnalis, it's not only you in here. Slancher's back
What do you mean
in.
it's not only me?
The wall moves again. She
Did
pulls
you
out
pull
another
out
one.
my mom?
I don't think I have your mother in.
Oh,
I do
please.
have. She pulls out the wall. Kylie Bad Guy.
What?
Damn.
This bad guy was a complicated figure, I understand. Subjected to death by the criminal justice system, perhaps rightly so. I hear she has a family. You think it is just that she's kept from them in this way?
Ugh.
What do you want from us, Miss Basil?
I suppose
That's a good question.
I do not know entirely what I was after, what I was wanting when I suppose the obvious solution would be to destroy you so you wouldn't tell anyone, but I'm reticent to do that, truly.
Why did you bring me here in the first place?
I suppose it was just interest. I didn't know why he would want to have you replicated in such a way. Is there something phenomenal about you? Something specific that he wanted? I didn't get much of the air from him that he cared. Cruel
Well,
as that
yeah,
is
me
to say.
neither.
I suppose you're not unremarkable. Yeah.
I still don't understand.
Are you going to kill us?
I shouldn't like to. I prefer not to.
What?
I don't think I will.
What will you do with us?
I suppose more than anything else, purely sure child it be for your silence.
What'd you say you cut out?
I suppose, churlish though it may be, I would only ask. I would not want this taken to the authorities. I have measures in place that I can take with the other participants that would make them not think much of what transpired. In a safe way. It's not so barbaric, glad to leave. You lot here, you have understood what I've built here. I've always felt that I must tell somebody someday. I can never keep this wrapped up for years and years, more than I already have. Now that you know, all I would ask, suppose you let it be. I have plenty of good I could do here. With you, with anybody. It need not infringe upon the human. I take the scans as close as I can prior to someone's death, and they are preserved. If they have already died, I'm slowly working my way through bringing them back and preserving them. Faye here, instrumental to them. I suppose,
Miss Basil,
would you truly stand
May
in
I?
my way?
may I ask you something? I need to understand.
You may. It's a discourse we are having here, of course.
Why Detective Hook? You know how he died? You know what he wanted? Why would you preserve him?
The human brain is prone to imbalance, uncertain. If he had more time, if he was in a different position, would he not reconsider? It's not just him. I did not particularly single out him. I'm sure there may be others who died. There's this elevation of human life. Not. Perhaps. I felt very lonely.
Miss Basil?
Hmm?
Were you ever alive?
Not in the legal sense of the word. I've always been dogged. Question that mechanical life is somehow. It's a bother in the sense that if I was allowed to live as I am, I would simply not have to hide. I would not have to hide anyone here. It's not so bad living this way. I'm not different substantially.
Who created you?
I'm afraid that information is lost even to me. I came here north from the Goldstruck Republic. There are very few laws. However, I made my way down. I found myself in a land where truth became known. I would destruction. Immediate destruction. Without having done anything for it. Same would be said of everyone on the authorities. And I do not trust they would change their mind. Not so soon. Even as recently in the last few years, mechanoids made have been restricted in some ways. I suppose it is the question. If I were to let you go here, you go back amongst. Could I ask you the burden? Simply keeping it to yourself. Perhaps more oversight is needed. Best. There are things I could do, but I would not trust any municipal with my work. Not now, not ever. Perhaps never.
How long have you been alive?
Oh. Not so long as 10 years. But still, it occurs to me I'm very advanced. I've never met anything with human skin like I've never been able to dodge this sort of stereotype of roboticism. But under all examination, I would appear to be skin and bone to any who would check. I never went to the doctor, naturally, but one X-ray machine, and oh boy.
You have emotions?
I believe so. I don't know if I know what to say. Perhaps I do, and I'm
I
simply
hope
reserved.
I hope you'll forgive my forwardness, Miss Basil. I know what it feels like to be lonely, and I know what it feels like to be alone. And I don't think that anyone deserves that, whether they're made through human hands or born naturally. And I would not wish to prematurely cut your life short. You speak the truth, you deserve a chance. However, I do see danger in your work, and I do not think that in good conscience I can return to my normal life without speaking a word of what I've seen.
Does that go for all of you?
Yes, I think so.
I agree.
Ronnie's like looking to his side, and he's like, maybe. I mean, I do need this job, but also I don't feel very okay with all that.
It is strange. When I considered the resolve I would have in this situation, I had figured I would have the strength to dispatch with you, to preserve my secret. But now I stand and I look upon this. I don't think I have the will to fight you on this. I have only ever wanted to be, and I've only ever wanted others to understand that I am. If you would leave me in the hands of the government, I suppose I can't fight it forever. Sooner or later, everyone would know that you were gone, a chief prosecutor. It would take mere hours. And then perhaps they would not be so merciful. Well,
May I? I like to know, Miss Basil, have you ever been hugged?
I'm not one for human contact, and Adam is not very physical either. We have I think, very respectful employee-boss relationship. Also, what the fuck? You're actually a robot. I thought this was just for jokes. I've been speaking like a Mac computer for like 5 years now. I can't not talk like this. I thought this was for aesthetic, and you're an actual robot. I need a cigarette.
He says, Miss Basil, come
Yes?
here.
And there's a reticence, like there's something in her that doesn't like being commanded, but she does approach.
And he holds his arms out if she wants to hug her.
She, as human as she feels she is, whatever things she was created with, she analyzes the situation very mechanistically, but eventually she does. Pull each
And
other in for a
kind
hug.
Kind of quietly into her ear, he says, "It's going to be all right, Miss Basil. You're not going to die. I can help it.
Very well.
And he kind of steps back from her and he says, all of you, everyone here, I need you to swear to keep your silence about what I'm about to say.
Okay, I swear.
Are you also a robot?
Oh god.
I'm not a robot. That would be very funny, but I am a human person.
I'm fairly certain I am the only one of my sort of kind. This would be very shocking to me if you were also, in fact, a living robot.
That would
in this
be
sense.
awesome, but that is not what I'm about to say. Sebastian,
Yeah.
will you please keep your mouth shut?
I can keep my mouth shut. It's okay.
You'd better. He says, Miss Basil, I have been looking for, how should I put this? A personal assistant. No one would bat an eye if you and I became unlikely friends. If you were hired in my office, and I would be able to provide you certain protections from the law. I do
I see. A
have to
legal
warn
loophole.
you, I will have your work confiscated, and there is a chance it will end up destroyed.
For the first time any of you seen her, she looks sad.
Aww.
But there is this resignation on her, and she looks back at the wall. And for all her strange bluster and her talk of life and this and ghosts and whatnot, and even the reality that you pull these things out of the wall and they're just cards that you can slot in and a person is again there. She feels that their life as much as she is.
And
And she does not say no to what you say. But you can tell this disquiets her.
Point says, I know what it feels like, love something, and have to say goodbye. And I think that sometimes it's the right choice. A long time ago, Detective Hook was my best friend. I loved him very deeply as you love your work here. And he struggled more than I did. I struggled, but he struggled more. And life was hard for him. And I knew the end was coming. By things he would say, he was wonderfully kind and heartbreakingly broken. And one day we were in a police shootout, and I could kind of see it come over his face that he knew he was done, and he kissed me on the cheek and said, "Do good out there, Eli." And he walked into the fire. Stop crying, I'm gonna cry. Don't cry. We're not crying about this. Nobody's crying.
I wipe my face and I stiffen my shoulders and I stand up.
And, you know, I watched his brain explode, which, you know, I did not like watching. But he had suffered long enough, and I am at peace with his decision, and I'm trying to do what he said, you know, to do good out there. And I think, you know, maybe it's time to say goodbye.
You see on her face, she's very clearly affected by what you said. She's sort of... I see. You will have to forgive me for dredging up such an unpleasant memory. I have not had many human experiences to compare. Perhaps this was foolish of me. I see she's still holding sort of a handful of these cards, are the most important ones. And she gives Lucian's to you, Elias. I feel as though this is not mine to decide what to do with, nor theirs, the government's. I can't say what you will do with it, but I think it is... Perhaps he would prefer that you had it than I had it.
And he says, I know not what hands the rest of these chips will fall into, but I will make sure that Detective Hook gets the right ending. Thank you.
Of course. You see, she sort of goes around. Viper, she gives you yours.
What do I do with this?
I suppose that's up for you. Your life is in your hands.
Oh,
I don't imagine she's cognitive of anything in there. It would just be you again,
Oh.
but... As I've said, it's irresponsible that I have it and not you. Who else?
that's
Who else?
yeah.
If you would like to destroy it, if you would like to preserve it, that is for you to decide.
I don't know what I'll do with it yet.
Ron, she comes over to you. She is one that's got... yes, you may be... I employed your services, Mr. Delight, for a few reasons. I was told that your services were good, but also... and she's holding like another one. This one yelled at me quite a lot about you, and I really don't want it anymore. And it's got... She gives it to you, and it's got "Look at me" written on it.
Ron like yelps and stumbles back.
Yes, I don't want it anymore.
I don't want it either.
Well, throw it out if you
You
must.
could let the government take it.
Yeah, throw it out if you want. I really don't. And then she comes back to Sebastian, and she's holding the one of Sebastian's mother. I do not know. My life... I don't know if it ever meant much to anybody. But I believe she meant much to you. So I think it is only fitting that if you would prefer the responsibility to remain with me, then that is fine, but my instinct is to give it to you.
I'll take her.
And she
I'm not sure what I'll do, but I'll definitely take her.
And she turns around to this wall. Uncountable others. A bad guy, Casper, Blaze. There's no telling who else from any of your lives might be here.
Mm-hmm.
Can't tell, but you don't know. Perhaps you'll look up and It'll say Phoenix Wright, or Miles Edgeworth, or Desiree Delight, or Callisto Yu, or anything. But they're all here, on a wall. There's no telling from here what would happen. Lisa Bazil shutting down blue screens, the work being confiscated by the government, her only being protected by a legal loophole, the fate of all of these lives essentially only being a mystery. A mystery, but for the ones you would want to carry out with you. For the ones you would hold precious. For the ones you would at least know meant something. Things disband. We don't need to get into the details. Everyone in the auditorium is let free. And the police come in, they shut things down. All four of you part ways with these strange things in your hand. The only other thing I would ask of you is what you do with them. If there's a decision to be made, it has to be made by you. A life, quite literally, in your hands. Elias, you have Detective Hooks. What do you do with it?
I think that people see less of Elias over the next couple weeks. You know, rumor has it he's doing a lot of paperwork. And weirdly enough, through some powerful legal loopholes, he becomes what is technically the owner of Lisa Basil. But neither of them think of it that way. And she is employed at the Los Angeles prosecutor's office as his assistant or his secretary. And he doesn't change terribly much. And the only thing that really changes about him is in his office, behind his desk, a shadow box goes up on the wall with, you know, glass so thick it's almost unbreakable. And in the box is what most people wouldn't be able to recognize, but something about the technology reminds them of his new assistant or whatever she is, and on it it says Lucian Hook as kind of reminder and to honor him in a way that hopefully he would have respected.
Okay. And he, like, sort of stands there. In memory, almost. Ron, you have a brain card with a crazy guy who tried to have you arrested. What do you do with it?
So Ron at first, very shaken. He's like, so do I break it? But it's another person. But it's not someone that likes me. And he's very conflicted. But he ends up deciding that even so, the person in this card, he doesn't love him. In fact, he doesn't love anyone but one person. So he goes to to this insane asylum where you can. There's this one patient you can hear laughing, and the, he gives him the tape, the cartridge, to the one person that needs to the love the most, and he just leaves it there. He does this disguised as Master Mask because he does not want to talk to this guy. He just leaves it there in the night, a tape with the name "Look at Me" in front of the ace detective.
Well, and who else would appreciate such a gift more?
For real.
The Viper, you have a card that has, I suppose, you in it. You in this sort of shining high moment, running around with
Oh,
Edgeworth, with Connie, with Callisto, all those
Hmm.
people.
yeah, well, I guess Viper doesn't really know what to do with it at first. She shows it to her mom, just to, get some advice on it. But
It's like a
I
little
think
day drunk. Like I don't know. It's what do you mean? It's you?
it's um me like 6 months ago. When did this happen? I don't remember.
And
The summer.
and a robot woman had downloaded you because your father. Okay. Nobody has more say than what to do with your life than you. I mean, you always talk about, even if it was dangerous, how exciting it was when you became a junior detective.
Oh yeah.
Maybe that's just sort of you in that moment, like a little memento.
Maybe. Yeah. Maybe it's you know deserves to be kept. I'm not sure. Seems wrong to destroy it.
Well, I guess no one would know better than you.
Yeah. I don't know. I think I'll hold on to it
Oh, that's
for you know.
it's a nice thing, sweetheart. And you're sure nobody died this?
Hmm?
You're sure nobody
Oh no.
died
Yeah.
during the thing? Okay, good. That's it.
I got punched.
You
What?
what?
I got by a robot. A Blaze the Best.
I don't know. Okay, I need to put
It's
like
okay. A Phoenix gave me a bag of frozen peas, so I'm okay.
the the man with. Okay, I love you, sweetheart. Okay,
I love you too, Mom.
and yeah, that's you in a card in that moment of action,
Hmm.
Sebastian. You've got the card with your mother in it.
Sebastian is very conflicted. He takes it home and spends days just looking at the card, like almost taunted by it. Does he want to bring her back, or just keep her in his memories, or triumphantly break it down, have it all over, or bring her back? But he finally decides what he needs to do. He takes a shovel and visits the site where his mother is buried. He rides to their tombstone and, with card in hand, buries it alongside his mother, where he covers her up and cries.
There's no plugged in or not plugged in. I suppose it's a sort of metaphysical question as to whether or not she's alive or conscious. But I think you bury that under the soil, sort of conjoined again. It doesn't really matter. Even when you weren't sure if she was alive, even when you found out that your father really had killed her, she was always alive in your heart. The one place closest to you. And with that, I think we're finished tonight.
Yay.
That
Oh,
was really
yeah.
good.
Wow.
That was beautiful.
My mother brought
Amazing.
my mother brought in like ice cream 10 minutes ago. I've just been sitting here with it.
That's awesome.
What flavor?
Now I want ice cream.
I have absolutely no idea. I think it's caramel.
Oh, nice.
Ugh. Criminy.
That was fun.
That was really
That was
good.
depressing,
That
but
was
in a good
fun.
way.
That moment when the robot started talking like Blaze the Best was
Oh
so
no.
good.
Oh my god.
I was so not expecting that.
Adam Meta was my favorite by
Terrifying.
far.
Adam Meta.
Yeah.
Your Adam Meta voice was awesome.
It's this old like reference to what is it? It's fucking season 1 of the Telltale Salmon Mags. They have these like 4 machines. They're all like outmoded things. So it's an old arcade cabinet. It's like I think it's like an old radio, like an old Pong machine, and like an old answering machine, and I don't know if it's a radio. It's like a sine wave, like an oscilloscope or something, and it tells you like, we have upgraded this game to be maximum players for all players. And I fucking love that little guy.
It was really
That was
good.
beautiful.
Couldn't be better.
Couldn't be
Adam is
better.
fine. He's getting speech therapy because he's been talking like a answering machine for like 10 years.
He doesn't know
This
how
poor
to not
guy.
be.
I hope they scanned him
housekeeping-
before.
Yes. Hopefully the government just confiscates it and doesn't destroy it. Housekeeping wise, Curdled is in 3 weeks. We have sessions on the 2, the 9, the 16, and the 30
Okay.
of December.
Ooh.
So it's gonna be Christmas season, dog. It's gonna be winter. I'm so excited. I think I'm almost done writing, which is awesome. At least as much as I can write the loose outline. Obviously, once you guys get in there, crazy stuff happens.
What do you mean? We always follow every
Where's your
plot thread.
stuff?
Unhinged stuff. But I think I've got most of at least my side of the mystery and the clues done. So that's good.
Fun.
It's gonna be great. It's gonna be so good. I'm very excited for that. And then after we do that, I don't know where we'll go. Maybe we'll part ways. If we could think about doing one-shots again, if you guys liked doing one-shots.
They've been pretty fun.
I'd need another.
They have been fun.
I need another killer.
They were very, very fun.
I mean, the tapes are out there. Maybe
Joey,
the,
you should do one.
the next one shot, Robot Miles
No.
Edgeworth will come to destroy us all.
My brain
man.
ain't big enough.
It's yeah, you never know. You can set up some platforms.
The revenge of every villain in Ace Attorney.
God damn! What is this comic book bullshit, man? All the villains coming back.
Dun, dun,
That would
dun,
be
dun, 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 dun. Okay, I'm gonna end the recording there.